Good morning and welcome to the Broward County Stadium in Florida for match 3 of this year's Mayor's New World T20 Cricket League. We got the Florida Hurricanes fresh off a victory and against the New York Cavaliers, who lost their first fixture yesterday. Another lovely day. The clouds have lifted, the sun is coming out. A bit of dew out there this morning, but this is the standings after each team has played one fixture. Florida Hurricanes, we've just mentioned, a good win on day 1. And team they're playing today, the New York Cavaliers, have lost their game yesterday where they looked in a strong position, but will be disappointed in how that game worked out. So they're yet to get off the mark in the table. Faisal Shah, welcome this morning. Hope you're looking forward to a good day out there. This is the Florida Hurricanes.
Yeah, Hurricanes had the victory on the opening day. They arrived nice and early, went through their paces, got ready for this all-important clash against the Cavaliers. Plenty of good performances in that first game from Hurricanes. The opening start was fantastic. Scored 173 on the back of half centuries from Jemiah and Ian Dave. A little cameo towards the end by Joachim made they got 173, and the margin of victory was 40 runs. So they're coming in good stead, having a day's rest as well. Beautiful Broward County and the Central Regional Park venue for this fantastic event.
Dwayne Smith, a skipper. Yeah, he'll be disappointed after losing that first fixture yesterday. They haven't had a break, as you mentioned. Important Florida have got a day off and they're pretty fresh. These men will be disappointed and hurting. Here's Wobus Pinar. He's a really good player. South African origins, living in America now. This is having a look back at their game yesterday where they posted a decent total. We all thought it was a winning total. 187 for 4 with Smith featuring along with Walton. A wonderful knock from him. But then they fell away quite sharply. The Raiders, led by Bishnoi, 86 not out of 55, as well as Dhawan. They really provided a wonderful partnership to get their team home and their first victory. And that's what they're playing for. Stunning trophy. I tell you what, you got to be strong to lift that one. Dwayne Smith, I'm sure he fancies himself. A couple of big units out there, but that is what they're out there for. Now it's time for a pitch report with Samuel Badgery.
Wonderful conditions out in the middle. Once again, the sun is beaming down at us. There's a strong breeze from an unusual direction. It's blowing from the western side, and there is some moisture on the surface. There were some overnight and early morning showers. I don't know what impact that will have as we get this game started. On this end of the pitch and on both ends, actually, there are lots of lines, lots of crease markings. These are the guidelines for the umpires, the wide lines, and we mentioned in commentary that there's an experiment that's taking place. The wide lines, the closer ones to the stump on both sides, which allows the bowlers a little bit more latitude down the leg side. An experiment that lasts until the end of December 31st, 2025. We'll see how that goes into the future. As for the surface itself, well, it's the same one that we've used for the previous 2 days. If it ain't broke, why fix it? The average first inning score in these previous 2 games was about 180. It's really good batting conditions. You expect, though, that having played 3 games in succession, that it might slow down just a bit, but I anticipate it to be very good batting conditions once again. The noticeable trend is that the bowlers who've utilized the slower deliveries have been a little bit more successful than those pace-on deliveries. But batters have enjoyed themselves. We've seen quite a few half centuries already. Team batting first might be looking towards closer to 200. 187 was chased down quite easily yesterday. Cavaliers, with a defeat, they'll need to get things right today. The Hurricanes, on top with a victory, they'll want to continue that. An electric game is in store.
Lovely insights from Samuel Badgery. And now we're going to head to the toss with Manali Patel.
Welcome to match number 3. It's the Cavaliers taking on the Hurricanes this morning. We've got a full star-studded lineup beside me again, and we'll start again from the left of me. We've got British Mathur, the chairman of the tournament, alongside Sir Vivian Richards, the brand ambassador of the tournament, our match official, Mr. Manu Nair, and our two captains in Dwayne Smith and Lendl Simmons. We're ready for the toss. Let's give that coin a flip.
Heads.
Heads is the call.
Heads.
And heads it is. You've won your second toss, Dwayne. What are you going to be doing and why?
We're going to bowl first. I think it's a different surface, I think. But we try and see what we can do from chasing and try and restrict them to as least as possible and try to get the runs off.
You decided to have a bat first yesterday. Unfortunately, for a losing cause, there's a lot more pressure today to pull out that win. How have you come prepared today to turn things around?
I think we got an extra bowler in Obus been there, so it's a task that we have to get over. We really need to win, so it's just for us to go out there and put in the performance with the ball and then go out there and chase the runs down.
And anyone that you're specifically targeting on the opposition?
Everyone.
Everyone, there you go. Thanks a lot, best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you've heard it, Lendl, they're coming for you, all of you. Had you won the toss, what would you have done?
I think we would have bowled first as well, but I think I'm consistent with losing the toss, so I'm getting accustomed.
As long as you win the game, right?
The most important.
And there's no pressure on you, really. You've won the game the first day. How have you prepared coming into this? Have you had any talks around what you'll be doing and any talks in terms of any players you're targeting on the opposition side?
No, we're not targeting anyone, but I'm saying that we had a good outing first. We batted first and we posted a good total, so I'm confident in our team batting first again, and hopefully we can get a good start and post another total and go on to win the game.
Now, what do you make of the surface from day one?
From the first game we played, we scored a good total, so it was a good surface. There was a bit of moisture, but there's not as much moisture this morning as I can see, so we're looking forward to batting first as well on this.
Any changes to your side?
One change, Ben out, and we have a new player in.
Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
It's New York who've won the toss, and they will be having a bowl first.
So the toss completed, having a look through the sides, having a look around for some new names. I'll start with the Cavaliers. We're looking at the Dwayne Smith side. A couple of good players, Walton, a huge player for them as well, and who's coming into their side, Ubis Pinar, who's an all-rounder, left-arm orthodox spin. We said they needed some different options, and he provides the left-arm spin option as well as his lusty hitting. Take us through the Florida Hurricanes.
Well, formidable side, we've already seen them in action. Lendl Simmons, surprisingly, didn't come out to bat to open the innings, although the opening partnership was good. Interesting to see what role he chooses for himself today, as we see two umpires walking to the middle, Roshan Samuels and Anil Chaudhary. And Cavaliers, they're needing a talking to, because they cannot afford to lose another game here. This tournament, only 4 teams, and each and every game is vitally important. So this important phase coming up, Cavaliers having chosen to bowl on a windy morning. It has been the most breezy of the mornings that we've been here, and it's the opposite direction where it normally is here at the Broward County Stadium, as we watch the two openers taking to the field. Well, this will be a very important passage of play to begin with, and Cavaliers will have to bounce back nice and early.
So Jeremiah opening the batting, fresh off 59 or 44. Ian Dev Singh as well. Had a good performance, 51 or 46 in the first game. So some confidence for this opening pair after their first game. And Simmons be hoping for another steady start from them. Jeremiah, I really enjoyed his stroke play. Front foot, head straight, lovely flicks off the legs and shots through the offside as well. He looks a well-rounded player and really destructive. And really looking forward to this matchup with Bultedge. He really had an impressive first spell yesterday. He got it through, beat the bat, and looked a real threat.
You've got the ball to bounce as well. Was able to make the ball carry quite nicely to the wicketkeeper Chadwick Walton. This is important. 2 informed batters going against a very, very impressive fast bowler. Ended up with the figures of 3 for 21. Wickets came later on in the game to set up that late fight back for his side that enabled them to take the game into the last over.
Just a reminder, if you're tuning in, the Cavaliers winning the toss, electing to field first. There's been a lot of rain over yesterday afternoon, quite heavy rain actually. And there might be a little bit of moisture early around this morning, and see if we can get some movement through the air off the pitch early on with this new ball. It looks like they're opting for the one slip fielder at the moment. As you say, in some good nick, 3 for 21. Real confidence booster for Baltej. He looked to lead the attack early in the game yesterday. I like the way they've added some depth to their bowling here with Pinar with a left arm spin. And here we go. Oh, good swing there.
Yeah, that breeze that I was talking about will help him get that away swinger, the in swinger to the left-hander. The breeze is, as you look at it, blowing from right to left. Quite a strong breeze at that. It's quite an open facility, despite that new stand coming in. Even before that stand was built, the cross breeze could get really strong here at Broward County Stadium. Generally it blows in the opposite direction, but now you see it will be helping Baltej's in swinger to the left-hander.
Certainly stayed down a touch that first delivery, and the second delivery has done the same. It's important Baltej brings in the stumps into play. That first delivery, Jeremiah looked to let the ball go, and it swung back quite nicely. Already he's starting to step down the wicket a touch there, and I think that's a good option. Look to come down the wicket, get on that front foot. Really, if the bowler wants the ball short, he's going to have to bang it in, because you've got to get forward here, it seems. A little bit on the low side early on. Once again, a little bit of shape in.
Pushing him onto that back foot. Funny that we talk about the bounce that Baltej was getting yesterday. Those first couple of deliveries at least, they didn't bounce as much. But Baltej's natural delivery, the away swinger to the right-hander, will be very, very interesting with this new ball. And with the help of the breeze, if he gets the right-hander on strike. He's got a slip for the left-hander as well. Obviously, the right arm over, creating that natural angle across the left-hander.
Once again, using his feet, getting down the wicket, but not really looking to be too expansive early on. He's just trying to gauge the wicket at this early stage. When you look there, I like the way that he's not scared to use his feet early on, really. Second ball, he showed some intent, and the bowler's got a smile on his face, but he's been bang on target so far, Baltej. Just trying to hit that off stump with his slight in swing. And at the moment, a little bit tough for the batters early on here.
It's good that he's using his feet, making the bowler think. Don't want to allow him to settle into a line and length. That's good proactive batting. Sometimes the use of the feet is not just to get down and hit him for 6, just to make him think.
There we go. That's a bit more bounce, a little bit more bending of the back, you'd like to think.
That's a great contest. I said Jeremiah made the move, but Baltej hasn't gone away from his plans. And that last delivery, finally, that bounce that we were talking about, almost hit him on the glove. Another fantastic strip. It's the same pitch that we've used for a couple of days. Very, very true. And it is not going to make much difference if you bat a ball first. You have to do it well, whatever you do, and play to your strengths to get the result here.
Big shot straight. He hasn't timed it at all. And he's dropped it. Can you believe it? That was an absolute sitter. It would have been a maiden wicket. And Baltej is fuming. End of the first over. 1 for no loss.
न लड़ते हैं न लड़ाते हैं।
किसान अपने घरों की तरफ निकल पड़े, गोले छोड़कर भेड़ को हटाने की कोशिश।
नेताओं को बात करने से क्यों रोक रहे हैं?
सबकी आवाज उठाते हैं।
पूरी तस्वीर तहस नहस है।
तो अतिक्रमण है वो यहाँ पर हटाया जा रहा है।
शोभा यात्रा को टारगेट किया गया।
हर जान की कीमत है। मंदिर में ऊंची लहरें उठते हुए
हम खबर दिखाते हैं, 20 सालों से सच की बेबाक आवाज इंडिया टीवी आपकी आवाज.
So, 1 over gone. I was expecting a maiden wicket there, and the catch went down. Obus Pinot, he's the new addition to the side, a left-arm orthodox spinner, as you can have a quick look. Orthodox. He's pretty tall as well, and he brings a power hitting to this team as well. They've already got loads of them, and he just adds to that firepower. So Jeremiah, he's been given a laugh. That last delivery of that first over. Very fortunate to still be here. Oh, that's close. That could be out. Oh, goodness me, that's shaped.
It looked like a gentle outswinger more than a left-arm spinner's delivery. Have a look at that. Strong breeze. It did come back enough, but did it pitch in line? That would be the question for Anil Chaudhary. This time the ball leaving off the seam. Obus Pinar is an interesting choice from this end.
Middle of the bat. Haven't been too many of those so far this innings.
Well, change of pace from Baltej, completely foxing Jeremiah. It doesn't come any easier than that. Ravinder Paul Singh has gone through with the shot. Just a single. Talk about Pinar bowling with the new ball in these conditions. I'm a bit surprised what you make of it as we watch.
Well, that was elementary. As a cricketer, you pride yourself on those moments. It's not tough. But Pinot is a strong breeze coming across, and he's utilising that breeze to drift it into the right-hander. Big shot, and he's found the gap. That's a lovely stroke through the offside for 4.
Ian Dave starting off from where he left on the opening day of the tournament. It's off the mark in great style. Reading the plot, what Pina was looking to do, gave himself some room and went through with the shot. Aerial, but in the gap. He sped across the outfield. It's a good start for the right-hander.
Carved again, but this time well fielded at backward point. 5 off the over, 6 for none after 2.
Live news, entertainment, health and many more.
अच्छा हाँ ऐसी कौन सी जगह
ये है Veto, your video streaming universe. No subscription, no fee, बिल्कुल free.
अबे क्या बात कर रहे हैं? अबे सबको पता है.
Veto, download now.
Baltej, he's hopefully recovered from the disappointment of that drop catch in his first over. But it's been quiet so far, just the one boundary. He's bowling to Jeremiah once again. Quick single, no, yes, no, and they eventually get through for the single, unscathed.
Yeah, that's a bit of hesitation there. Just a glance at the fielder there from Ian Dave, and that created that doubt, but Jeremiah was coming. Well, they've changed mid-on to mid-off. Same man, Ravinder Paul Singh. He doesn't want to be a day where the ball will keep following him. Generally is the case when you make a mistake so early in the game.
Moments like that, you want the ground to swallow you up and disappear. A very embarrassing moment for him.
The worst feeling for a cricketer at best of times is to drop a catch, but to drop such a sitter, oh dear.
A quick single again. And the fielders just on their heels a bit, just allowing the strike to be rotated. I like the fielders to be a little bit more on the front foot.
This actually, I was looking forward to Baltej bowling to the right-hander, getting the ball to shape away, but initially he didn't have a slip, and then the easy single conceded. Fielders sitting back at the edge of the circle, even now when they're setting up for Jeremiah. He hasn't hit anything off the middle of the bat, Jeremiah. But fielders are sitting back in the ring.
This is close. Seas could be out. He certainly is, and that's a lovely pickup with a left hand. Pinar, he doesn't miss. Direct hit, and the running's been a bit dodgy in the last couple of deliveries. It's been confirmed. They've run each other out.
And it's that man, Ian Dave, who initially looked like he wasn't going to trust the call of his partner. This time he went through, and Pinar, bullseye. That is a first strike for the Cavaliers. They needed it, and the formidable opening pair has been broken into. It's Ian Dave who is walking back. Early loss for the Hurricanes. He's gone for 5. It's 8 for 1.
So 8 for 1 brings Mayank Telan. 4 innings, strike rate, a decent strike rate, but not a huge amount of experience in this format. But he's on the non-strikers end after that run out, and Jeremiah 3 off 11. It's been a struggle for him. Heaved away. Really crisp piece of timing. Beautiful stroke all the way for 6.
Hit it beautifully, and as soon as he hit it, head down, and he wasn't going anywhere because he knew he'd made a wonderful connection. Look at the disdain. Just picked up the length very early with the breeze. I don't think hitting into that side of the ground, the batters will find it hard, but it went a long way. Even went over the railing. Must have been an 80-meter hit there from Jeremiah. He needed that because he'd scratched around. Finally got one off the meat.
Also, after running your fellow partner out, you feel like you owe the team something now. You made a slight error in judgment, but he's young, and it does happen in cricket. Absolutely, it's happened to everyone that's played the game when there's a little bit of misjudgment or miscommunication, and it ends in that manner. Having another look at that's the stroke where he advances. He hit it, and he looked as though he wanted to go. And Ian Deb responded, and he didn't have enough time to turn around and make his ground back. And Robert Pinar, bang on target. What a fielder.
It was Jeremiah's call. One drop catch, having his partner being run out. He does owe something to his team now. Baltej has generally been very good with his areas. He's asking questions, and Jeremiah really has to battle through. I mean, he'll be happy with that 1-6 to break the shackles just a little bit. But he'll hope that this is Baltej's last delivery for this spell at least.
Heaved away, but on times, but doesn't stop it. The second boundary of the over. So good comeback from Jeremiah. 18 for 1 after 3. Jeremiah 6 and a 4 in the last over. Mrs. Bultedge, and looks as though, having a quick look if they're making a few more changes. Najaf, yeah, the left arm seamer. A decent turnout yesterday. Looked to have a decent steady spell, and hopefully he can get a little bit of swing. With this breeze, it's ideal for him off the left shoulder to get it swinging back to the right-hander. Let's see if he can manage that. Oh, lovely delivery. Nice shape on that.
That's his strength. Bowling in the power play with the new ball generally. He likes to bring that ball into the right-handers, generally on a fuller length. Too short from Bultedge. And now Jeremiah, who's got a few of the middle now, picking up the length a lot better. Anguish from Bultedge. But it's good for Hurricanes that Jeremiah has started to feel the middle of the bat.
A width off it, and Mayank very quick to respond and call Jeremiah through for the single. Just a bit of ball watching, I think, on occasion from Jeremiah, and he's going to have to learn quickly about that in cricket. You might stun the ball in the ground. You didn't hit it where you wanted it, but the partner was very quick to call him through for the single, so that was really good anticipation from Mayank.
He was long way down, Mayank. He was through, but you're right about Jeremiah. Ball watching can really cause problems in running between the wickets. But this is the contest I want to watch. A right-hander facing Najaf. The big in-swingers coming.
Solid. Right on target from Najaf. That's really where he needs to be operating. It's a tall unit, isn't he? He's got some height, a little slightly lower bowling arm, which helps him with that shape, and also helps him towards the back of the innings when there's a bit of reverse swing, if you want to call it that.
He's a very good exponent of reverse swing. Briefly played for Pakistan in his heyday. Plays a lot of cricket on these shores and is largely successful.
Big stroke, and it's just short of the fielder, and you don't want to give Pienaar an opportunity. He'll snap it up.
A long way down for Pienaar, but he's very athletic. And Mayank will be happy that he didn't get a better piece on it, because it would have landed straight in the lap of Pienaar. Just the thick inside half of the bat due to that in-swing that Najaf is getting.
There's the seam presentation, holding it for that swinger. It's a quick problem with the sunscreen. There's quite a firm breeze out there today. Not quite as hot as day 1 and 2, a bit cooler. It might be a little even cooler tomorrow from the sounds of things.
It's a beautiful picture. The clouds in the background is plenty blue as well. And that beautiful new stand addition to the stadium.
Oh, lovely shape. And he didn't want the run. Now, Jeremiah, he wanted it, and more miscommunications out there. That's been the main problem, really. Don't worry about the pitch, the swing, or anything. Their calling between the wickets has been the major issue.
Looks like the network is down for the Hurricanes, because the communication breakdown has been far too often for their liking. One casualty already. You'd think there was an easy run there, but both the batters really not communicating and missed out there.
Heaved a full toss, he missed out there. 4 overs gone, 20 for 1.
A very seeded start in the power play. 4 overs done, only 20 on the board. They've lost a wicket as well via the run-out route. Champions a couple days ago, the Hurricanes, in that power play, they registered 61 without loss. So much different this time around. So credit to the bowling team. Pienaar, one of the changes, or the only change rather, for the Cavaliers. Replacing Kevin Cooper. Interesting to see, Monali Patel, good morning to you, how they go about their bowling effort this time around. Unable to defend 187 yesterday. And some very, I suppose, disappointing bowling effort all around. Won the toss again today. This time they decided to bowl first. Your expectations?
Yeah, it really wasn't the toss where they went wrong yesterday, was it? They put on the runs, they won the toss, chose to have a bat first. That first innings was great for them. It was that second innings where the fielding, as you mentioned, into the leg side. Should be a couple runs here. Pushing for that second. Yeah, the issue I think yesterday for the Cavaliers was partly the bowling and partly the fielding. We saw multiple catches go down yesterday. And this just the ball before.
Attack, boys.
Up and over, and should be safe. Unfortunately for the Cavaliers' perspective, they've already dropped one catch today, so it's not the start that you want with your fielding. That's where they'd lost it yesterday. They want to try and turn that around pretty quickly today.
Yeah, that wind factor that was mentioned a little bit earlier, blowing in an unusual direction from left to right on screen, or from a westerly direction. And so it just pushes that one away from the fielder. And this is one batter who was dropped earlier. Does he make them pay? Well, that is a shot of beauty. Absolutely no one moved. Using the pace of Pina and bisected the fielders perfectly.
Continuing the onslaught and placed really well. A good piece of that, and he's just started to find that comfort level again. Started a bit mistimed. He's starting to find that middle of the bat more often than not. And this could be trouble for the opposition. Coming off of some runs yesterday, Jeremiah, bringing that confidence into today.
Dropped on North, remember? Do we have that drop catch? He's moved on to 20 of 19 deliveries, a half century in game one, so he's coming into this game with a lot of form. A simple drop catch as well. Really should have been taken. A lot of time. Unable to hold on. This one drifting in, inside edge. And 5 overs done, 30 for 1. Do we also have Jeremiah's innings from America if a fast ball is on? From India with love. Yeah, Mayank Telan in for this game. He replaced Suleiman Ben, batting at number 3. Ben, the left-hand orthodox, so they've bolstered their batting department. The Hurricanes. Najaf continues. Good start to his spell. Yeah, heaved away on the leg side. There's usually good value along the ground at this venue. Wonderful work. Certainly saved a couple. Haven't seen this too often. That is the youngster Obaspina in action.
Exceptional stuff in the deep. Certainly saved a boundary. Got his body into it. Should be pretty clear as well. Well and truly away from that rope. This is the effort that you want to see. It just gives your bowlers so much more confidence in you.
Over the infield, quite deliberate, and again the gap finding is quite commendable. Mayank this time.
Hurricanes have picked up exactly where they left off in game number 1. Up and over, just opens the face of the bat and allows for the pace of the ball to carry the ball all the way. Rolling away for 4 runs. In the first game, it was Jeremiah and Ian Dave Singh. Really good partnership, 2 half-centuries. Today, it looks like it's going to be Jeremiah and Mayank with Ian Dave Singh back in the pavilion early today.
Yeah, and that's the real worry. Run scoring on both sides of the wicket. Square offside and now square leg side. 10 from the first 3 deliveries.
Yeah, the bowlers are continuing to struggle here. Najaf a little too wide the ball before, this time a little too straight and picked off the pads for 4 more. The first 3 deliveries, 10 runs in the over already. He's got to pull this back. It's power play overs as well, so with the fielders inside, the batters are going to target these boundaries. And that's better length this time, just pulling it back. A lot of experience from Najaf Shah. He's a seasoned campaigner, had a tough outing yesterday with the ball. You had to feel for their captain, Dwayne Smith, batted so well, just couldn't close the deal for his side yesterday.
Again, wonderful placement and timing. That's a brilliant combination, a fusion for another 4. Najaf under pressure.
This really is an exquisite shot. He's done nothing out of the ordinary. He's played the ball on its merit and placed it. And again, runs away for 4 more. It's good, safe batting. And it's incredible to see just how well he's picking those gaps around the field, whether it's through the offside or through the leg side.
And fortune favors the brave. When it's your day, it's your day. Very expensive over 18 from it. And that closes out the power play. 48 for 1. The most expensive over of the match so far. 18 runs coming from it, and a timely one as well for the Hurricanes. Changing bowling from that northern end. Junaid Siddiqui, wicketless in his first outing, but very guileful with his change-ups and variations. We'll be searching for another breakthrough here. He's up against the left-hander though. Has protection with his boundary riders. Remember, the power play is over, so you can have 5 fielders outside the inner circle. Yeah, he does that every single time. Might be a little bit off-putting for the batter and even the umpire. He smiles now. Yeah, there is protection in the offside, but not in that direction. And so a good start to the over 50 comes up. And Jeremiah, remember, he was dropped on north. His soldiers on.
He just got it very wrong on this delivery. Too full, width on offer, and easy pickings for Jeremiah. But nice and under it. You can't have a fielder there. You're expecting to bowl better lines and lengths. Maybe he should have actually bowled that first one. It would have been a bit more accurate.
changes the pace. Dwayne Smith gets a hand to it. Saves a few runs for his team. It might have actually found the boundary. The timing was good. So a good hand from the captain.
You're not finding his length here. Junaid Siddiqui, low full toss. Does well though, the skipper, Dwayne Smith. Been a part of the Canadian setup for a long time, Junaid Siddiqui. Played a couple of World Cups for Canada as well. It's definitely a lot of experience.
Getting into a spell as a bowler, any bowler, whether you're a spinner or a fast bowler, you want to start off confidently, not with a boundary. Puts you under tremendous pressure for the rest of the over. And they've scored off every delivery since.
I'm just going to remind you of that question I asked you yesterday about the changes that you implemented to your bowling over the years as the shorter format became more popular.
Yeah, I think it's game dependent, situation dependent, and particularly if you bowl in the power play and outside of the power play. I predominantly bowl in the power play, so you don't have that luxury. Good feeling again from the captain. And they'll want to lift in that facet of the game from what we saw from them yesterday. Yeah, so bowling with the field restrictions, it's always difficult to experiment and to go through your full repertoire. But certainly once you get out of that, as is the case now, you have more liberty to vary. 56 for 1 after 7.
For 1. It's a decent start for the Florida Hurricanes. The loss of Ian Dave Singh early today. Unlucky to be run out by August Pinar for just 5. But they've stabilized this ship. And this partnership now just 2 runs away from being worth 50 runs. 27 deliveries for their 48-run partnership so far. Kesrick Williams is going to come in with the ball. Just marshalling the troops around, making sure that the fielders are in the right places, and hoping that they can break this partnership.
Yeah, very expensive yesterday, Kesrick Williams. None for 26 from 2 overs. A lot of full tosses in those 12 deliveries. Back-to-back games for this team. Remember how much of an impact that has on them. Well, straight away, it's in the air, but it will land safely. Nayak wants to continue a pace outside of the power play, which is the modern way. You want to keep that scoreboard ticking over at a high rate. Even an improvement from the power play. Always difficult for the right-hand bowler over the wicket to the left-hander, particularly if it's not a full delivery. 99% of the time the ball pitches outside leg stump. A slower ball from him, but umpire Chowdhury is so experienced here, comfortably outside the leg stump.
Certainly got excited about that one. Kesrick Williams.
Fuller this time, but similar response from the umpire. Sometimes I wonder if these bowlers actually know the LBW rule. You see some appeals that you know for absolutely sure that it's not out, but bowlers always think that the appeal should be given out. Right, Monali?
Well, I was just going to ask you, is this how you thought when you were playing?
It should always be given out. Once we appeal, the umpire should be raising his finger.
Yeah, I guess in the heat of the moment, I can understand for pacers through the follow through, it's a quick look, but for spinners, what's the excuse?
I think we go with law of averages. If you appeal enough times, eventually the umpire's gonna get tired and he's gonna give you a decision. So continue to appeal, and the louder you appeal, the better your chances. You've got to be confident with it. If you're not, well, then you're not going to convince him. Up and over, fielder settles on it this time, and the catch is taken. And Jeremiah, his luck runs out, and Kesrick Williams gets his first wicket in the tournament.
Well, if you can't get the umpire to raise their finger for an LBW, this is a good way to pick up a wicket. It's also redemption for Ravinder Pal Singh, who makes up for the dropped catch. Had that extra bit of bounce off the surface and just grew a bit too tall on Jeremiah. Good catch in the end by Ravinder Pal Singh. Judged it better this time. And it's a big wicket in Jeremiah. 26 off 25 today. The Hurricanes 59 for 2.
Try.
You, me, and Dupree. It might be him and then his wife. Sorry,
Successful start for Kesrick Williams. Damian Joachim, who played that whirlwind knock a couple days ago, is up the order again. So they're trying to keep that right-left combination. No Lindell Simmons just yet. How does he approach it this time around, Joachim, with so many overs remaining? Has some pedigree with the bat. 33 of just 11 deliveries in the opening game. He goes after it straight away. And just landing in the gap. We've seen quite a few of those already in this contest. The ball falling in no man's land. 60 for 2 after 8.
For 2, a timely breakthrough for the Cavaliers. Jeremiah had a fancied day today with the bat, but he's back now, and Brian Gale has been given the ball. Overspin, or his inclusion, has meant that Cavaliers had more variety into their bowling attack. We've already seen the wrist spinner, the left arm spin, and now the right arm spin. Oh, Gale won't be happy with that. In the combox, I've got John Kent alongside me. Good morning, John. How do you see this one going?
Williams, he had a few LBW appeals, but short. There's no pace in that delivery, and he tried to flat bat it over the offside. You can see he's trying to hit it more behind square and a bit slow off the wicket. He hit it in front of square, and hallelujah, he held on to that one. Very poor delivery this time. Second drag down, and he's bowled Gale. He needs to get this right. He's bowling halfway down the wicket.
I've seen that reactions from Ravinder Pal Singh after he took that catch. That's why, you know, we call cricket is a funny game. He dropped the easiest of chances. And the second one, under the swirling wind, which was quite difficult. He had to make some ground. Oh, he won't get away with that. Joachim has absolutely smashed it. And out of the park.
Tell you what, Gale, he's been testing the wicket halfway down. Finally, he gets punished. Joachim certainly packs a punch, and I tell you, that's one of the biggest hits we've seen in the whole tournament. The camera couldn't follow it any further. It was still going up, and they're going to take a bit of time to fetch this ball. It's a couple fields down the road here. That's a huge hit.
With the wind as well. The balls will carry longer distances on that side of the ground because it's a very strong wind. But yeah, Gale had gotten away with the first two deliveries. Joachim had made a 33 of 11 in the first game, so he's in good nick.
One in the com box here, Statsman's got his binoculars out because it's been hit that far. It's huge.
It hit the second railing on the back of the grass bank and went a long way. Must be a 90-meter hit. In the meantime, the ball has been retrieved, and Brian Gale, some of the retrieving by himself. That is a good start now for Joachim. Like I said, he came into the tournament with that good knock on the opening day. And now will be looking to capitalize if anything loose comes his way. Sweepers are well back on that onside fence. 3 of them. Sam straight down the ground. The safest place. And another boundary. Once again, too slow and too short from Gale.
Oh, they're really climbing all over it here. A little bit fuller, at least on this occasion. The previous one was a real long hop. Flat batted. I like the way and where he's hitting it here. Cross batted shot, but straight down the ground. Best place in the game to hit it.
The wicket is so good at this pace. He's bowling it slow in the air, slightly shorter. Also sets up for the batters. That's better. At least drawing him onto that front foot, asking him to go for that slog sweep. He'll be counting down the deliveries, Gale.
That's it.
Yeah, better length to finish off the over. Just a single off the last delivery. 9 gone, it's 73 for 2. Six options used by Cavaliers. Wicket for William. And he will be the bowler from the com box, and there's a little bit of momentum going into this phase for Hurricanes. Gale 13. Gale went for 12 in his last over. Joachim 13 of just 6. Started off brilliantly. Oh, he's absolutely smashed it into the wind and taken. Nevin Stewart with the catch. And the celebration Yeah, this hit didn't quite come out the middle of the bat, into the pitch, slow delivery. Joachim had to make all the pace and found the fielder in the deep.
As you say, hitting into the breeze, banged in halfway down, and he's a clean hitter. Joachim, but that is safely pouched in the deep. Tell you what, Williams has got 2 wickets here. Now Vince Stewart, the man holding on to and catching the danger man, Joachim. He's gone for 13, Hurricane 73 for 3. It's now time for a drinks break.
Mr. Simmons. Next up. And sponsor now. Should I pay you?
.73 for 3. Lendl Simmons, the skipper, batting at number 5 today. He held himself back in the first game. Two wickets for Williams, making a difference. Nice fuller length, looking for that Yorker. And that is why Simmons is in the middle. Once again into the pitch, this time into the breeze. And not quite have the distance. Nevin Stewart is a very, very safe pair of hands. Disappointment for Joachim. Simmons off the mark. Just be a single, and it's time to head downstairs where Monali Patel has got an interview lined up.
Thanks a lot, Shah. I've got Sir Vivian Richards again alongside his wife, Michelle Millington. Thank you for joining us today, both of you. Brand ambassador, we spoke a little bit about it yesterday. What I want to know today from you is your brand ambassador, your role model. How important do you think that is as a new role for you from player to now role model?
Well, it's quite casual in a big way because most of the people that you would have played with before, some of them are in their twilight zone and you still see them today. So there's a lot of folks and friends you would have made over the years, people you would have played with. So they're mostly here. So I still some of them have basically got a little bigger in life, a little stockier. But apart from that, they're still very much involved where the cricket is concerned.
And you have not gotten stockier. You actually look a picture of health. Now, how are you maintaining that?
Oh my God, it's amazing. A little bit of stress every now and again does help, you know, but not too much.
Everything in moderation.
That's right, that's right.
Now, talking through your years of cricket and transitioning from a player to a coach to a mentor, what are some of the highlights of your career in each of those paths?
Most of the times, well, most so, I've been to places like Pakistan, India. I've had a little piece with the Delhi Daredevils. The most important thing, these are people that you would have known over a number of years. They're highly professional people. And when you're that highly professional, it doesn't need much, but basically to just remind them of what they're capable of. And with that particular fact, it becomes pretty easy because most of the guys that you are mentoring really are very good people. And that's a good way, I believe, our platform for you to start.
Player management, man management is an underrated skill, but
It is.
very important.
It is.
Now, Michelle, you have obviously been around cricket a lot, thanks to Sir Viv. How did you manage all of the travel and all the cricket that you're around?
It comes in with perspective, you know. I enjoy being around the ambience of cricket, and I enjoy seeing cricket, so it comes to be part of the lifestyle. Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you something you can choose to say or not. What are some of the most difficult moments dealing with Sir Viv?
After losing a round of golf is the most difficult moment to deal with Viv. I always wonder why he would leave home happy and come back not so happy. But then when I got into golf, I'm like, oh, this is it. When he loses a round of golf, don't say anything to him. Allow him to decompress, and then he'll be okay.
So which was worse, losing a game of cricket or a round of golf?
I think cricket. Cricket would be worse because cricket is in his blood. It's love. So cricket, I think, would be worse.
It still hurts. What took place in 1983. Actually, I'm just about getting over it at this present time. But all good. It was a great time for India. It was a start. It's the first time that they won the World Cup. Yeah. And as you can see now, everything just looks great from my perspective. The men's doing well, the ladies doing well. What else you need?
And that's it. The sport has just grown so much. But,
Great.
you know, I can understand some of those aches never really go away because you reminisce and you think about what could have been.
Yeah.
What I've been highly impressed with, it's sometimes you hear institutions do give monies to beef up maybe their product. And what I can say about the Indian Cricket Board, and I'd like to just say well done to them, because it's money's well spent in terms of the infrastructure, the various things that you put in place in order for you to have success. So big up to the Indian Cricket Board and all the members who would have made those decisions. As you can see, everything is on the table right now. The men Indian team can have 3 teams, in my opinion, and be highly competitive. The ladies are going to do well, and especially after this first win. Can you imagine what's going to happen with a country that is so highly populated? What's going to happen to all those ladies and young girls in India? So I think it's good on India, man.
Couldn't agree with you more. And the reality is you need the money to fuel the growth.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, what do you make of this tournament right here, Mayor's New World T20?
I think it's a great format, and what I think is quite interesting, it's you having all these individuals who are highly professionals, would have played for their teams in whatever period of time, and to get something like this started, I think it is great. Even though you do not see much fans around, the cricket is great, and it's been highly competitive, and that's what you need.
Absolutely. And one last question for you now. Proximity-wise, North America and the West Indies are so close together. What do you make of collaborations in the future for both helping each other out and growing cricket in this region?
What I think is so important is the fact that most of the folks that you see around here is either of Indian origin, West Indian origin, and we have a love and a passion for this particular game. And I'm just hoping that the interest shown now may continue, because to me it would help to keep the cricket flavor and those cricket spices alive.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, both, taking the time to talk
so
to
much.
us. Back to you guys upstairs.
Thank you, Manali. Always wonderful to hear from the great man. What a legend he is. meantime, Junaid Siddiqui wheels away with yet another good delivery. He's broken through in this over. Lendl Simmons presenting an angled bat and a bullseye from Junaid Siddiqui. Celebration to match with that fantastic delivery. And Hurricanes are really struggling. There's a big shout. It is pretty straight and the finger's gone up. Full and straight. Mayank doesn't like it, but he doesn't have a choice. Junaid Siddiqui, 2 wickets in the over.
Brilliant bowling. Brilliant bowling. Yesterday he bowled very well. He had a drop catch, a stumping not given. And today, full and straight. Maybe he's trying to say he got a bit of glove on it or bat on it, but it hit him very low on the shin. Right in front. And he's upset. I don't see a batsman who's never upset when they dismiss, to be fair. But he's on his way for 30 of 24. Hurricanes are in a bit of trouble, 81 for 5.
Get it over there, so you man the wheel and miss up on the ball. Not too right-hander.
Dinesh Ramdin, very experienced, and he needs to contribute here. His team is struggling on the back of 2 wickets from Junaid Siddiqui. More spin now over Spinar, and it's never ideal when 2 batters are new at the crease. There's been hesitation in the running all day long, and the last one, Mayank, he didn't like the decision from the umpire. He's suggesting there was some bat there. Angelo Pereira gets a single. It was pretty straight in terms of line. See if we got anything on it that he was suggesting.
I don't think it could have been his glove.
Dinesh Ramdin off the mark. You'd have to say Junaid had deserved the success. You mentioned his efforts yesterday, didn't have much support in the field. This combination of 2 spinners in the middle, something that the Cavaliers didn't have yesterday.
I'm a big fan of that. They get through the overs a lot quicker. Having another look, there's Lendl Simmons hit the halfway up off stump, trying to hit it down to 3rd man. But yeah, these 2 in tandem proving invaluable here, Pinar and Junaid.
Yeah, they're really squeezing that middle part of the innings. That is where Cavaliers faltered yesterday. Under the bat. Pina closes out another quiet over. Excellent one. 12 gone. Hurricanes 84 for 5.
For 5. And lost a few wickets along the way here, the Hurricanes, after a decent start. Junaid Siddiqui will continue with his third over. He's picked up 2 wickets today, wicketless the game before yesterday. And it's something that the Cavaliers struggled with yesterday, picking up those wickets, struggled in the field, and that whole bowling department in general. So things have been a little bit better for them today, keeping the Hurricanes at just under 7 runs and over. Joined alongside Suhas Vedam, who's flown in all the way from Hong Kong. I'm sure the jet lag will hit soon, but welcome.
Thank you so much, Manali. And yes, don't remind me of that. But I'll tell you what, if it's cricket in front of me, why not? Any day I'll subscribe to cricket.
Got some experienced campaigners out in the middle for the Hurricanes, especially the likes of Ramden. Yet to get into that firing mode, but we know he can turn things around pretty quickly. That's going to be why they're going to have to re-bowl that one.
"22 balls since the last boundary. On a surface that I'm being told doesn't have many demons. It's important that Pereira and Ramdin, especially Pereira, doesn't get into a shell. He's someone who's so well versed with the shorter formats of the game, including a 10-over contest. It will hurt him, the 23-ball boundary drought.
I think maybe just sliding down there. And yet, you've mentioned it, there are plenty of dot balls so far, but there's also a lot of time left in this innings. Yeah, confirmation going down leg. He was certainly confident, Junaid Siddiqui. And the thing is, when you've got the likes of Pereira and Ramden out in the middle, you can change things around, you can make up for those dot balls pretty quickly. They've just lost a few too many wickets in clumps, and they've got to try and consolidate a little bit of that, try and get this partnership going, still get into those final 4 or 5 overs to be able to set a good launching pad.
Their first wicket went down for 8, and then a semblance of a partnership. 73-78, the stutter happened once again at 81. I'll tell you the reason I said that too, as we keep the chat alive in the next one. 13 gone, 90 for 5.
At the same time, they can play a longer innings. So if Pereira gets into a From India with love, Namaste, America. From India with love, we are coming to play with teams out here.
As wickets just falling in some clumps for the Hurricanes. And Obis Pinar, he's been good. He's been good with the ball. He's been great in the field. Coming into the side today, hasn't picked up a wicket, but he's been very economical. Helps create that pressure for his side and potentially set up bowlers on his side to pick up those wickets. Down the track, Angelo Pereira, and he will get it in the gap as this is rolled over the boundary for 4 runs. Shake of the head, he doesn't seem very happy about something. Maybe just the timing wasn't quite what he would have liked.
It's typical Pereira though. Inside out, one of the shots that tells you that the world is a simpler place. He wants everything to be right, as you said. Everything to be right.
Was dragged down by Obis Pinar this time. And Ravindra Pal Singh will keep that to just the 2 runs.
One of the best in the business, Ravindra Pal Singh, can field inside the circle and beyond. And here, he's finding it difficult to hold on to the ball.
He dropped Jeremiah very early in the innings today, but made up for it, taking his catch a little bit later in the innings, but it cost them about 25 runs or so. Up and over again. This time it's rammed into the action. There is protection in the deep, but good signs to come. Just opening up those shoulders.
Plugging the favorite areas of the batter. Homework helps.
And really well bowled. The final delivery, it'll be just the single, 99 for 5.
Keep going, guys. Keep going, guys.
Into his final over, Junaid Siddiqui. It's been a good game for him so far. And I want to finish strong as well. 100 comes up for the Hurricanes.
Junaid is pushing it through. He's not allowing the ball to turn as much, but he's quite content pushing the batter back. Junaid Siddiqui has got that wonderful slider, then the wrong one that he's been working on for a long time. He's found perfection with his stock delivery many a time.
Gets it past the fielder. And this is good running. Putting pressure on the fielder as they pick up 2 runs.
Nice clear calling. Randhan pushed him, in fact. Usually, should be Angelo Pereira to call for the second because he knows how hard he's hit it.
I like this. They're doing well to rotate the strike. It's a bit difficult to find the boundary at the moment, but they're certainly trying to push those gaps.
Keep going, Freedy.
5 runs off the over already with one delivery after this one to come. And again, they're pushing that second hard. A little disappointing on the fielding effort there. No real urgency to try and keep them to just the 1 run.
All right now, Manali. Barnwell yet to come. Emrit yet to come. Both of them big boundary tonkers of the cricket ball. The launch pad has been created. Let's initiate the takeoff. Are they talking about that, Hurricanes? Very circumspect at the moment. 107 for 5.
those are the scores through the phases. The first 6 overs through the power play, 48 runs and just the 1 wicket. And the second phase has been difficult for the Florida Hurricanes. 59 runs, but they've lost 4 wickets, and it's just pegged them back in the momentum that they had created through those power play overs. Ramden, 8 off 9, hasn't really opened up those shoulders yet. Angelo Pereira has picked up a boundary. Into the leg side, and outstanding catch. This is a fantastic catch in the deep. It was in the air for a long time. Mishra coming forward. It was dying on him as well. And Stewart is going to pick up a wicket off his first delivery.
Someone who's played so much cricket in this part of the world on this very ground, Nathan Stewart knew exactly what to do. On the higher part of the bat as well, knew immediately he didn't have the elevation. And a stupendous catch. Mishra never stopped believing he can get there. And safe pair of hands did the rest. Starting the over with a wicket, Hurricanes lose their 6th. It's Dinesh Ramden walking back for 8. 107 for 6.
Christopher Barnwell out in the middle, comes in with experience, and as you mentioned it, Suhas, the ability to hit a long ball, and they're going to need that. Trouble, gotta get back, gotta get back. This will be tight. It's going to require a second look. It will be dreadful to get out in this fashion.
It required a direct hit to make things interesting, and that's exactly what they've got here. The Cavaliers, they're generating opportunities, converting half opportunities, and going the distance to make them a wicket. He's sliding the bat all right, but I think the ball's winning here. It's going to be a matter of 1 frame. Oh, this could also be a matter of in-between frames. I think we might need to juxtapose 2 angles here because the umpire himself is obscuring.
Oh, I tell you what, this is going to be close because it's that middle frame is when we'll know whether that bat is on the line or over the line. The line belongs to the fielding side. So you've got to make sure there's something over the line.
No, they're missing the frame.
Back to the original angle. I think he might just get the benefit of doubt here, but we'll have to wait and see what the umpire is going to call on this.
Even there was a fight, they don't get this. Play safe. Yeah, everybody said
that. Agonizing wait here for the Cavaliers. And I believe that's going to be not out. You just sense that the doubt was going to be too big to give a batter out on that one. Just losing the likes of Dinesh Ramden, the last thing you want is to lose a batter who's been out there for 17 deliveries. But they've certainly turned things around from yesterday, the Cavaliers in the field. just out of reach there from Barnwell.
Very evident that Barnwell is not set. He's searching for his first run, otherwise would have put that away. He loves wit. He thrives on wit. Especially no one at deep extra. Little late on this one. Soft dismissal of a hardcore hitter. Barnwell departs without troubling the scorers. Hurricanes in deep, deep trouble.
Tell you what, Stewart has come into the attack and he's got the golden arm. He's picked up 2 wickets now in this over. Terrible shot. Barnwell's going to look back at this and think, where was I trying to go with that, and why am I batting with the edge of my bat? Easy catch for the fielder. And it's another one gone. Christopher Barnwell gone for a duck today. The Hurricanes 107 for 7.
Mayor's New World, T20 Cricket League. It's festive and fun, unique. Namaste, America, from India with love. Namaste.
Two wickets, no runs off the over so far. All right, Emrit walks out to the middle. No real connection on this one, but he will get off the mark with a single. Fielder deep on the leg side.
Stewart goes short and it pays dividends. He also rolled his fingers over that one. And Najaf's already vertically blessed. Took it at a comfortable height.
Tell you who's taking credit for that catch. Najaf Shah took it, but Faisal Shah in the comm box is taking credit for it. His first club captain.
Cannot make with those old knees.
16 overs gone. It's 109 for 7. We're done, right? I'm done.
So Stewart with a phenomenal previous over, 2 wickets. Putting the skids on this Hurricanes innings. It's just falling away quite sharply here. 109 for 7. And Balteju's had a good day so far, as he did yesterday with 3 for 21. He's bowling extremely well. Back into the attack. Having a look at their performance on day 1, 173 for 4, and today in all sorts of trouble, 110 for 7. It's been a real struggle. Welcome back, Samuel.
Hello, John. Hello, everyone. Yeah, interestingly, both captains wanted to bowl first. It's Dwayne Smith, though, who won the toss, and things are going in his favor. Overcast conditions as well. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, all smiles because he's got them exactly where he wanted them, 111 for 7. But can they finish off strongly? And that's the important bit.
Catch it called, and flies down to third man. And we saw Baltej yesterday as well, bowling a lot of those cutters halfway down, and there's just no pace at all to try and run it to third man or ramp it over third man. He's just been told that's 1 for the over.
Yeah, they've utilized that quite skillfully in this innings. Nathan Stewart, as you mentioned in that previous over, a lot of slower deliveries into the surface, so the length of the delivery is so important. Their fielding too has improved significantly from that first over where that simple catch went down. They've taken some good ones since then.
In the air again, and deep cover's got plenty of work to do, and keeps it down to just the single. Great throw over the stumps. What a fielder. Well, Emmerich had a good day with the ball, but he's going to be needed to get a few important runs here. 3 for 20 with ball in hand yesterday. Martino Best, he's got the pads on. Dinesh Ramlin, he's still got the pads on. I'm quite superstitious about that.
He can't go to keep with those pads, so he'll have to change them around. Yeah, a lot of disappointment there. Come to this tournament and you still want to do well. Yes, it's a lot of fun, but at the same time, everyone has their reputations and they want to ensure that they put a good performance in. Now, so far, it's been the Cavaliers who've been on top.
Once again, halfway down the wicket. So a steady over. Just the singles coming from it. 6 off at 115 for 7. No surprises. Stewart's going to continue. 2 for 2 off his first over. Couldn't have gone any better for him. Can he follow it up with another good one? Oh, bowling those cutters. He looks like a stiff bowling delivery, that one.
Yeah, very truncated run up for him as well. In just a few steps. And lots of off-cutters, you're so right. A quick off-spin, really. And going down the leg side. So these two right-handers will be eyeing up the leg side. And that's with the slight wind as well. So he has to be careful. He does have protection in the deep, though.
Oh, short, wide, and given the treatment. Goodness me, Ovas Pinar with a sharp bit of fielding. Slide straight into the hand. Interesting, Stewart as well. Let's talk about follow-throughs or the lack of follow-throughs. He's almost got a follow-through of a spinner.
Yeah, that's not where he wants them to score, though. That's a good bit of work in the deep. A little bit slow to get going, but once he got going, he has those long limbs. Yeah, that's where they are aiming for. Difficult to clear the boundary on that side, as you can tell how far it is. They were able to come back for 2.
Every run like gold at the moment. Well, Stewart's, I suppose it's hard to replicate his first over. Just going for 2 and getting 2 wickets. Had to get his skates on a bit here. Pereira get back for the second and having a collision with Walton. He's setting himself up for that delivery, but as a bowler, you'd be pretty happy with that. Just the single on the 18th over. Stewart's had a masterstroke. You're thinking of what he bowled yesterday. 2 overs, 2 for 20. He's in the wickets column, that's for sure. We can start bringing up the top run scorers, the top wicket takers as we move along day to day. Oh, diving over the ball, and that's skewed away through that backward point region. Again, Orbis Pinop's got some more work to do. It's a batting side. They're really trying to pick up that boundary. They're just not able to.
Yeah, at this stage of the innings, that's what you're searching for, boundaries. It's been a long time since the last one, some 27 deliveries, so a lot of credit to the bowling team. And just has to abort his run up there, and you look at the projected scores as we can see from our screen here. At the current run rate, they're likely to get 137. If they go at 8, 140. How much will be enough?
Straight on target, and there's the big celebration. Stewart, he's having a great day. The celebration, a big smile on his face. Great to watch him. He's really entertaining, and he's got his 3rd wicket. He's having a golden spell here for his team. He's knocked over a dangerous Emirate.
Yeah, bang on target. The off cutter once again on his knees. But look at the celebration from Nathan Stewart. 3 wickets. Yeah, it's been a brilliant spell for the man from Tobago. Gets rid of his countryman, Riyad Emirate. 123 for 8.
Minutes.
What was Mayank again? He got 30 of 24.
Pereira wanting to run the 2nd. Manages to get back safely. He's heaving it on the onside. He's not picking up the boundaries. This Pereira, he's just got the 1 boundary in the 24 deliveries he's faced it, and it's time for Cottrell to get out there in the centre, and this is why he's there. Off cutter, foolish length, right on target. Disturbs the furniture. Oh, Fuller straight, angling down the leg side. I think he's appealed about 4 times for that.
Yeah, almost willing the umpire to raise his hand. The angle working against him though. And Pereira survives. Let's have a closer look. He moved across to the offside. Yeah, comfortably going down the leg. Umpire has been steady. Good decision making. Yeah, you can't convince him. He already said no, Baltage. He's not going to change his mind.
Slow delivery. Midon's got to go here. He doesn't manage to pull it off, and he's been some good work out there in the deep from Obus Pinot. Looks like this time he hasn't managed to pull it out back.
Yeah, 5 overs since the last boundary, so this is a timely one. And just 1 over remaining after this, so they need a few more. So 187 yesterday being chased down, remember. It's still a good surface, I think.
Push length, just the single. If you look at the last 30 balls, they're 33 for 3, so just over a run a ball, 3 wickets down. Well, you really don't want to be losing wickets going into those last 5 overs, and that's hurt them. Cottrell, 200 runs in this format, a strike rate 115, best of 26 not out here, so he's going to have to try and get his partner on strike here as soon as possible. Pereira, good hand so far, 35 of just 28. Top edge, and that's going to work. It's going to be some vital runs. And the Juff sets after it. The left arm quick. He's going to labours after that one. He really did struggle to get the legs going after that one. But 9 off the over so far. Cottrell somehow pick up a boundary here to end the over, make it a really good one for them.
Off-pace delivery again, and if we just focus on the length of those deliveries, a lot of them have been quite short and the batters haven't timed them.
There's another one. So single off the final delivery. Dot ball there. Well spotted there. He wants the strike as Pereira for the last over. 132 for 8. So 1 over to go in this Hurricanes innings. 132 for 8. They need to try and get something substantial here. Stewart 3 for 9 in his 2 overs, carries on. Lots of work out there, and they're coming back for 2. This could be tight. It's a good throw. But Stewart pretty frustrated. He wants Cottrell on strike, understandably.
And Pereira is desperate to get back on strike. Immediately sensed that he didn't time it well enough. And took on the fielder. Cottrell, though, in the past has struck some lusty blows. I remember him winning a game for the Patriots in the CPL of the last over. And also for the West Indies against Ireland. This one, though, is well placed by Pereira. The type of finish that he's searching for. He's moved on to 41, 6 from the first 2.
Good work, wrist work. Swerving away from the deep cover fielder. Just offering up too much width, a bit of pace on it as well. It's probably better advice bowling those off cutters. They've proved to be far more effective today. Straight shot, what a beauty. All the way for 4.
Yeah, trying to change things up. He doesn't want to be too predictable, so the line has been outside off stump, but this one is bludgeoned down the ground. Bowler and umpire seeking refuge. Absolutely pummeled. 10 from the first 3 deliveries.
Heat on the onside. Fielders are both sprinting towards it. Watch out. I thought it was going to be a collision. I think that was the main thing on both of those fielders' minds as they ran towards it.
Yeah, both fielders were looking at each other. They're still talking about it. Keswick Williams was the closer one to the ball. And the other fielder left it for him. Yeah, lots of indecision and indeterminate effort in the end allow them to get another boundary. So it's a hat-trick of boundaries. The last 3 balls, Pereira now on 49 from 32.
Another straight hit. Looking good. Has he got all of this? Fielder is not going to stop it. So that's raining boundaries here. 4 in a row.
Brings up his 50 as well. So a wonderful knock from Angelo Pereira, the lone soldier in this battle. Final delivery. Can he finish off with another boundary? 18 in the over.
Oh, it's another beauty. That's unbelievable batting. What a finisher. 5 fours in a row. It's a massive over, as you've mentioned, 22 off it. And that has rocketed them over the 150 mark, and they were in real trouble and not posting a big enough score. What they have done now is they've given themselves a chance.
Yeah, an exclamation point in the innings. How costly will this final over be in the final analysis? 22 from it, allows them to get past 150. And all smiles for Angelo Pereira. What a knock that was. When everyone else was struggling, came up trumps with an unbeaten half century. The last boundary, maybe a little bit of fortune, but he's earned it the way he's played. The acknowledgement for his effort and approbations from his teammates, they all enjoyed that one. Is it enough though? Well, time would tell. The fielding team, the Cavaliers, I wonder how deflated they are with that final over. Up until that point, it was an exceptional job. The captain, Dwayne Smith, just giving everyone a little bit of a boost. Game on here.
Turned it on its head. Really looked to be struggling. Pereira, only player to really play fluently, especially at last over. Absolutely massive, 22 off it. And that's given them something reasonable to defend. It's of course the lowest first innings total in the 3 games so far. We've seen 187, we've seen 173. And that was all due to that middle order. They really lost a lot of wickets there around Pereira. Simmons, Ramden, Barnwell and Emmerich went in quick succession. And a wonderful recovery from Pereira shown. The lone hand in the end, giving them something that they can be confident to defend it. Having a look at those contributions, 51 on the second wicket of 32, really good work. Mayank was really good. He was given LBW, he wasn't happy with it, but he proved important with Jeremiah. And then you looked at the Pereira-Ramden, as well as that final partnership, Pereira-Cottrell, where it was a huge partnership to finish in those 12 balls.
Bowling effort from the Cavaliers. Well, Baltage did get a wicket, did a good job in the power play on the back end. Nevin Stewart had 2 overs for 9 runs, ended up with 3 overs for 31 runs, but he picked up 3 important wickets. A couple of wickets for Junaid Siddiqui and Kesrick Williams as well, economical, and with a couple of wickets as well. So overall, a decent bowling effort. How good is it? We'll find out. Let's head down on the pitch with Monali Patel.
Thank you so much. I've got Angelo Pereira, a decent half century today for you, and getting Hurricanes into a decent position as well. Talk to us about the conditions, because you started well and then lost some wickets in between, and then you come out pretty well at the end.
It looked quite a different pitch to the first game that we played. I guess the rain yesterday has made an impact on it, but hopefully it remains the same so that the spinners could have a good session next one.
And what were some of the conversations between you and some of the partners that you batted with? Because you lost wickets in between and you had to stabilize that ship.
I just wanted the strike in the last 2 overs. That was the simple plan. So it just came. It went well.
And pretty good last push there in that over.
Yeah, it was needed just to make sure we got 140 plus, something to defend. So hopefully it'll be enough.
154 runs on the cards. Do you think it's a decent total for that second innings?
It looks decent for sure.
Thank you so much. Best of luck in that innings.
Thank you.
Back to you guys upstairs.
So, York won a toss, decided to bowl, and that was the start of the innings. A really disappointing drop catch, but some mix-ups, and then the spinner executed a direct hit. That was the end of the endeavour early on. Jeremiah's form in the first game continued, but didn't really go on. We would have been hoping for a little bit more to offer. This is the introduction of Mayank at the top of the order. Jeremiah really liked what he brings to the party with his batting skills, and this was his dismissal. Remember, Paul, he put the first catch down, didn't make a mistake the second time round. Introduced Joachim. Hits it clean, but he didn't last long enough.
Happy and come back. Not
13
so
of
happy.
7 for him. That was disappointing for the big man. Then
This is
Simmons
it, when
got
he loses
knocked
around
over.
the ball. Don't.
Beautiful delivery from Tunay.
Yeah, there's a little run here where the Hurricanes lost a few wickets quite cheaply, and they needed someone to sort of stabilize the innings. Another one falling to a good catch in the deep. Nevin Stewart actually picked up a couple of wickets in his first over to really set them back. The big hit in Christopher Barnwell, the second of those 2 wickets, and then he got Riyad Emmerich to add another one to his tally.
but it was Angelo Pereira who at the back end of the innings really gave them the impetus and the acceleration. The final over yielding some 22 runs and taking them up to that 154 mark, getting a half century in the process. It means then that the target for the Cavaliers to register their first win of the tournament, 155. We'll have that run chase in a little while after this short break. Do stay with us.
gearing up into the second half of an exciting contest. The Cavaliers need 155 runs in 120 deliveries. It's going to be an interesting chase because that first innings was a bit topsy-turvy, wasn't it? Got off to a decent start, then lost some wickets, and then finished really well. You see Lendl-Simmons there, giving a good pep talk to his team before they come out. As the two umpires walk out to the middle, we're all set for this second innings.
For the large parts of this first innings, the Hurricanes, they really struggled, but they're taking momentum into the break. The way their innings finished, thanks to Angela Pereira. Some fireworks towards the end of the innings, and then a good finish means that they're carrying the momentum. Cavaliers will have to be on the button from the word go to wrestle that momentum back and look forward to getting their 2 points in the championship. And off the back of the loss yesterday, they cannot afford a slip up today. And man on your screen has already set the stadium ablaze yesterday, scoring 79. Onus will be on him to make this power play productive for his side.
He certainly led his side from the front, hasn't he, Dwayne Smith? Got the runs on the board yesterday for his side. Marshaled his troop as well as he could. But for the batters, it's going to be Tanmay Mishra to start things off. An experienced campaigner in Tanmay Mishra. Had a decent time in the field today. Took a really good catch early on in the innings. And we've been talking about him. Dwayne Smith, the captain. Half century for him yesterday. And he seems to be in good form as well. And it's not just the bat, is it? It's just overall, he seems to be enjoying his cricket. And that's always good to see when you see cricketers having a good time out in the middle.
Yeah, definitely. Having played at the highest level, it does take a little bit of time. Sheldon Cottrell with the ball. A couple of days back, he bowled a phenomenal spell with the new ball. This will be a very, very good contest. Dwayne Smith, like you said, he's been in the mood in the tournament. He's nothing to say about his pedigree. We all know he's on the other side of the hill, but still, if you're as relaxed as Dwayne Smith has been this week, you can really make the difference in the performances. And his team would be really wanting him to get them off to a good start. It'll be a challenge against the likes of Cottrell, who's bowling where the wind will be aiding his in-swinger to the right-hander. Great contest in the offing.
Certainly starts well. There's that shape that you were talking about, Faisal. And a shout on the first delivery of the innings. These two know each other well. Sheldon Cottrell, Dwayne Smith.
Slightly lower arm, and look at that shape. Would have taken it down the leg side, that movement. Sheldon Cottrell, who got a leg before in his first over in the first game. On that occasion, he started the ball way outside the off stump. And this is the adjustment he will look to make. The adjustment in the field at the moment. Square leg has been pushed behind square, and the sweeper has come in front of square. Fine leg is up in the ring. Just the four fielders in the ring on the offside.
Off the mark with a quick single. He does like to favor that leg side. Dwayne Smith saw quite a few shots into that leg side off the pads.
Just interesting to see Smith hadn't laid a bat to ball, and those fielders on the onside were on the edge of the ring. Easy single given away, and now Cottrell, although he's got another right-hander in his sights, but a different batter with different skill set on the offing. Fielder has already moved from onside towards that offside, making it a bit stronger. Four in the ring still, but the third man has gone back.
Well, there'll be some confidence coming into this as well for the Hurricanes, picking up a win in their first game. Goes aerial. And goes the distance. This is quite the way to start. Smashed away for 6 runs. And into the action early, Tanmay.
And through with the shot. It was a little bit of width on offer, allowing him the free swing of the arm. The line was still towards that off stump. He dragged it across with that bottom hand. And it's gone all the way. That is a great start for Tanmay Mishra.
Taking the attack to the bowler. And with that shot, long on was dropped back in case he wanted to go again. It's a better comeback delivery though.
You feel with this kind of movement, this is a better length. Still attempt to go fuller. He's got the field right now with the long on back. And Tanmay really was forced to hit through that offside.
Opening the face of the bat this time, and how exquisite is that? It's going to run away for 4 runs. Exceptionally well played. And turning out to be a very expensive over after the maximum and now the boundary.
So often is the case when you see that ball moving around, try to cater for that and go wider to come back in from that angle, and it doesn't come back. Just the little turn of the face of the bat, using the pace very, very nicely. Tanmay Mishra looks in good order.
Goes nice and full this time, and it's worked into the leg side for single. A decent over to start for the Cavaliers. It's 12 for none. Great start for the Cavaliers. 12 runs coming off the first over in the power play as well. And it isn't the largest of totals that they're chasing here. 143 more needed. Joachim's going to come into the attack. And you'd think that wickets is going to be the name of the game today for the Hurricanes if they want to come back and pick up their second win. Giving himself room this time, Tanmay Mishra just can't beat the fielder.
You think the right choice of end for the left armour, asking the batters to hit into the wind on the onside.
That's a miss hit. And it's going to land safe. Long on was deep.
Joachim played a limited role with the ball in that first game, just the 1 over. We did hear Samuel Badri mention that he did take 10 wickets in an innings in club cricket. He's more of a bowling all-rounder.
Same thing, Joe. Let me go, buddy. Oh!
Looking to work it again into the offside. Dwayne Smith saw him take a slow start to his innings yesterday as well. Wanted to get his eye in until he did get the flourish of shots towards the end.
Yes. Well on, easy.
Pace off immediately. We all know that Dwayne Smith loves the ball to come on. That's a good tactical move as well. Get the spinner in early.
Oh! Poison!
Looking to go into the leg side. This would have been close. First 3 deliveries were nice and wide. This one straighter.
Wide of the crease, lower arm. It was pretty straight. Got something on it.
Backing away, gets it past the bowler. And it's going to be 2 runs. 3 runs coming off the second over. It's 15 for none. Cottrell back in for his second.
Looking.
He's going to have to be very careful with the line that he bowls to Dwayne Smith.
Yeah.
Brings out the short ball. And Dinesh Ramden collecting that well over his head. Still got a bit of pace there, doesn't he?
But he decides to bowl quick. Just rolling those big shoulders. And look at that. It was way before Smith could bring his bat down. Ball was through him.
Certainly a competitor, Sheldon Cottrell. Through the offside. And again, just a single, a change of pace. Intelligent bowling this.
We've seen a lot of slow deliveries because of what the tactics are, but have a look at this pitch. It's an absolute beauty. When you put your effort in, bend your backs, the ball has been getting through. Good pace for the pace, good bounce rather for the fast bowlers and for the batters to express themselves.
Driven and driven well. It's going to pick up a boundary again for Tanmay Mishra. He does favor that offside and he makes it look so elegant as he plays these shots.
Orthodox, conventional. There is a place for it in T20 cricket. All along the carpet. Not that big stride in, but the transfer of the weight and head moving into the line of the ball. That was the key.
There's a change of pace again. And when it's not coming on, when you're looking for that pace, it's just really difficult as a batter, isn't it?
This Cottrell in the last game. Prodigious movement in and fuller length. And then the march and the salute. You haven't seen that yet.
This is a leading edge. It's a leading edge, and that's going to be the first wicket. Tanmay Mishra looking to work it into the leg side, and he's enjoyed it, Sheldon Cottrell. There's the celebration, and that's the first one. It's a big one in Tanmay Mishra as well.
Tanmay was looking good. Just that change of pace, the variations really got to Tanmay on that occasion. He just turned the face of the bat a little bit too soon, and it just ballooned up in the air. Enough time for the fielder to get underneath it. Christopher Barnwell with the catch. And Sheldon Cottrell salutes and enjoys his success like he always does. Mishra gone for 17. Cavaliers 21 for 1.
Ravinderpal Singh, part of the runs. Down the ground, clean hitting. This is gonna go for a one bounce four. And now it's Dwayne Smith in the action, picking up from where he left off yesterday.
This is the shot that's come into the game quite recently. Spinners getting hit off the back foot, straight down the ground. Not with a straight bat, with the horizontal bat. Almost carrying all the way. Someone like Andre Clausen has made this shot his own.
Oh, yeah, I like that, buddy.
Packing away this time. It's the second time that he's missed this particular delivery.
Talk about the shot straight down the ground off the back foot. First player that come to my mind that I'd seen him play that shot.
Catch him!
In the air and over the top. Beautifully played. Just a nice stride into it and a clean swing of the bat.
Certainly gets a piece of this, and it's 2 boundaries in the over so far. Overpitched in that slot and able to get right under it. The thing that's impressive with watching Dwayne Smith when he's in form like this is the amount of balance that he gets in his shots. He's so still when he plays that ball.
Certainly rolling back the years, I've seen him in some of these tournaments lately where he's looked a shadow of his old self, but not here. He's looking in gorgeous touch.
Looking to go leg side. It just falls away when that length is short. It doesn't quite go into the line, and before he knows, he's falling away from the ball.
Go down in pace, because that straight down the ground hit was on.
Oh, yes. Well done, well done, well done, well done.
Won't find the gap there on that occasion.
Cottrell, that wicket in the last over. Good catch from Barnwell.
Well, they're certainly looking for it, and the finger is going to go up. Joachim's going to pick up a wicket off the last delivery of his over, and it's the captain, Dwayne Smith, who was looking so good. 2 boundaries in the over until this delivery. He's going to have to walk back. That's the end of the captain, Dwayne Smith, for today.
A similar looking stroke that he tried last over from Joachim. He got away with that. That was a bit too straight, sliding down. This one, with the naked eye, it looked pretty straight. That is the evidence. It wasn't going anywhere, but going on to hit the middle stump, and the slow raise of the finger from Rocha and Samuels. The marching orders for the Cavaliers skipper. He's gone for 12. They're 29 for 2.
Left hand boy. That man back there, no Joachim had to come in.
Chadwick Walton, now 29 for 2, is coming in at number 4. He was at number 4 in the last game too. And Pereira has decided to roll his arm over. Joined by Samuel. Samuel, you've seen a lot of Chadwick Walton in his inheriting 29 for 2 here. He's understood the surface really well. Would he play his natural game, or would he play according to the conditions here?
Yeah, hello. So as that phrase, natural game, what really does that mean? Sometimes players tend to think that that's one way, that's absolutely plumb, and not being adaptable to the situation. And I think that is what is required here. He had a good score yesterday, Chadwick Walton, 37, but that's batting first. This time, though, it requires a different approach. And you're right, does he change that approach and adapt to this situation, or does he continue to bat the way he batted when he batted first? Time will tell. But it's a good start with the ball from the Cavaliers. They needed early wickets to stay in contention in this contest. We still believe that it is a good surface. And so it's a challenge for the bowlers. Credit to them, the way they've come out. And that last wicket, the wicket of Dwayne Smith, an important one. He can be a game changer in a quick space of time. Now they've opted for another spinner in Angelo Pereira. He's operating against 2 right-handers, so a favorable matchup for him.
Change fielder long off in place and a mid-on comes in. And that'll tease no one. Will still find the boundary. Ravindra Pal, what a way to announce his arrival. Third delivery, finds his first runs.
Yeah, skillful strike from Ravindra Pal. So many batters will be looking to hit that ball, that particular delivery to long off, where a fielder is positioned. But he's just closed the face of the bat enough to get it straight and to the right of the fielder in the deep. So a good start to the over. After a few dot deliveries, he gets the boundary. That one has taken all of the pace off it. Very, very slow and loopy. And that's what he does, Angelo Pereira. Varies things quite nicely.
Yeah, despite being hit away for a boundary, he didn't fire it in. He wants to tease him further. And even Pereira knows he's got some cushion to bowl at because he was the one who scored those runs towards the end. Now to Chadwick Walton, who's going to face his first. The field remains the same. Can't get a single.
Finish good, Jay.
And that man who fielded the ball just there, Tino Best, will be called into action, no doubt, pretty soon. They've got a lot of options with the ball. Riyad Emirates as well with a 3-wicket haul. Couple of days ago. And there you see that variety again to close off the over with a dot. Tidy 1-5 from it. 34 for 2 after 5.
Live news, entertainment, health, and many more.
अच्छा हाँ ऐसी कौन सी जगह
ये है Veto, your video streaming universe. No subscription, no fee, बिल्कुल free.
अबे क्या बात कर रहे? अबे सबको पता है.
Veto, download now.
$34 for 2 in 5 overs. And the final over of the power play. The captain wants to stick. 2 more spin. Now Hurricanes were 30 for 1 at this stage. The Cavaliers 34 for 2. Ravindra Pal has looked confident, especially with that stroke straight down the ground that got him his first runs. Walton still waiting for his first. It's a beautiful stadium, this, the Broward County Cricket Stadium. With every game being played, tournament after tournament, it's becoming more and more iconic. None bigger than the World Cup. Oh, he's found the gap. And he's letting the outfield do the rest. Ravindra Pal collects his second boundary. And once again, a teaser for the fielder.
Yeah, this outfield is lightning quick. And once it beats the infield, it's always difficult to hold that back in. And lots of speed on display. And I think it's Johan Jeremiah. And even the youngster couldn't get that one. So a good start to the over. Always risky bowling 3 overs in succession in the power play. But with 2 wickets down, sometimes you can take the risk. Does it bring reward though?
Riskier shot in hindsight, especially when you've seen Smith back in the heart playing something similar.
He got some bat on it, and that might have saved him. The other thing too, I like how they have been able to adapt to the situation. The Hurricanes, when they played their first game, it was fast bowlers up front: Cottrell, Barnwell, Emmerich, Best. Today, though, it's a plethora of spinners. So they've changed the game plan altogether based on what they've seen in front of them in the surface, as well as the opposition batters and their perceived weakness against the slower bowlers.
The ball had gone absolutely nowhere. Ramdin quick to swoop onto this one, not allowing Ravindra Pal to even think of a single, let alone execute it. And the last thing the Cavaliers need is another run out here 2 wickets down.
Yes, well ball, Jokey, well ball.
Joshim still entices the batter with whatever little that he's giving in terms of loop. But he's a good friend to the skipper because he finishes the overs quickly. Wow.
Good friend to us as well. Usually targets the stump and bowls a good length. This one, a little bit of width provided, but not able to capitalize. That's exactly what he was playing for. And the batter was looking for some room. Got it, Ravinder Pal, but not able to get bat on it. Final delivery of the power play.
Oh, well ball, boy.
And he's offered a defensive shot to this one too. A tidy over at the end of the day. 38 for 2 at the end of the power play, Cavaliers.
When did you land, mate?
1.5 hours ago. 25 minutes at the hotel and then I came.
Miami International?
Yeah. Why?
A lot of flights being cancelled as well. They're on a strike.
Oh, they're on strike.
The workers here. They're like, oh, they're not getting paid.
38 for 2, the Cavaliers. Hurricanes were 48 for 1. They found some momentum comparatively, Hurricanes. They ended up with 154 for 8 thanks to Angelo Pereira with a blitzkrieg towards the end. Boundaries galore. Right, Emrit. He's got a 4-wicket haul. An economy of 7.5 is always handy. And today he'll be bowling with more cushion in the deep as he comes at the end of the power play. He was always looking for a single, not two. So not much pressure added on that fielder.
Yeah, 48 for 1 is what the Hurricanes got in their power play. 38 for 2 is where the Cavaliers ended after 6 overs. And now it's a time for a different type of batting approach. Hit the gaps, run those twos, and when you're presented with the boundary deliveries, cash in on that. So it's a little bit of intelligent cricket that is required from a batting perspective. Emirates isn't going to give you any bit of pace to work with.
Good intent shown. Oh, now the second run. It's a steal. The throw was arriving in installments.
Yeah, good awareness from the two batters, though, Walton and Ravinder Pal, to pounce on that opportunity. Shake of the head from Red Emirates. Just look at what happened here. So untidy cricket, not getting the ball back into either the bowler or the wicketkeeper. Yeah, lob. Ramden is disappointed as well.
Oh, beautifully guided. Ravinder Pal owns that area. The second boundary for him. This time against the pacer.
Yeah, if you're a captain, you'd be disappointed with this line. If you're bowling from this the southern end, you need to finish on the stumps. And that is too wide. I know it's pace off. The leg cut at that time. But you're getting a lot of runs being scored backward of square offside. Batters are using whatever bit of pace there is, and also the angles. Now there's a change in field. He has a deep point in the boundary, deep backward square in the inner circle.
Should be taken. Ramden makes absolutely no mistake. Emrit cuts down on the room offered. And Ravinder Pal's got to walk.
Yeah, trying to repeat the shot from the previous delivery, but this time gets it too fine and straight into the waiting gloves of Dinesh Ramden. And the celebrations for Emirates, for Ramden. And after striking a 4, he has to go for 50 in Ravinder Pal, and they lose their third on 45.
45 for 3. Emrit had gone for 7 runs in his first 3 balls. And he's come back with a wicket now, over spinner. Strike rate of 115.1, 43 not out, his highest. Can play an innings of substance because he's inherited scorecards of this kind many a time, especially in this format. All right, Emirates offering him a long off. If he wants that first run, he can play with a straight bat. Oh, someone walks straight in front of the side screen. A regular dawdle would mean more trouble for Emirates. He's got to run in again.
And I wonder who that guilty party is. How often do you see this in cricket? The one place you're not allowed to walk when the bowler is running in. Let's find out who that person is and name check them, please.
I'll give you a clue, Samuel. He's wearing a hat. Because he walked straight in front of the commentary box and then didn't stop.
This is a wicket trying to guide it down to third, but instead guides it straight to the waiting pouches of Dinesh Ramlin. Too fine. Maybe trying to be a little bit too cute, but they keep chipping away with wickets.
Is the ball doing a little bit after pitching as well, Samuel? Especially with Emirates trying to roll his fingers over it or pulling from the side?
Yeah, there is something on the surface in terms of those cutters. 46 for 3 after 7.
46 for 3 after 7 overs. Hurricanes having a spin-friendly captain in the power play. Now he turns to pace. Ryan Emrit immediately after the power play. Now Tino Best from the other end. Pace from both ends. 51 wickets. Tons of experience. Oberspinner is surveying the field. There are lots of options for a single on the leg side, lots of real estate. Now there is a mid-wicket coming in. And a man just in front of point in the deep. Very elegantly played. And covering down quickly as well. This is wonderful thinking and good awareness by the fielder in the deep. Good cricket all around.
Yeah, and Dave Singh, the man in the deep, as he usually does. Tino Best starts with a short delivery. A little bit expensive in his first outing. 25 runs from 2 overs, but he picked up a couple wickets. And if you're going for runs, at least you're taking wickets. You keep your team in the contest. I just want to contextualize the importance of this game, though. The Hurricanes started off with a win, the Cavaliers with a defeat.
This time he's played it fine. More work to do and more laundry to do for Ian Dev. Does well. He's guarding that boundary like his life depends on it. Excellent commitment.
Yeah, desperation in the deep. Very good bit of work again. We just highlighted him. We'll have to highlight him again. And I thought this one would beat him to his right. So did the batter, Chadwick Walton. But look at that effort. Brilliant in the deep. Yeah, every game so important. It's just 4 teams and 3 teams qualify for the playoffs.
Oh, that's a cracking shot. Right from the screws and out of here.
Yeah, this is a shot of beauty from Chadwick Walton. For 6 over wide long off. In good nick, 37 of 19 in his
opening encounter. Well, that's a lot of width and the length as well for him to play that shot, play it away for 6.
You give him that length, Walton's Willow will talk. Cavaliers get a move on, 55 for 3 now. 100 required here in 75 deliveries for the Cavaliers. There's always a story when Tino Best is being hit away for a 6. The story of a comeback. This was quicker. Skill. Let's go down to Monali.
Thanks a lot, Suhas. I've got a very special guest, Lyndon Fraser. He's the coach of the Cavaliers, but he's someone that I know from a long time ago. In fact, I've been part of the heartache because he was coaching the U.S. women's side a long time ago, took the spot to the World Cup, and just left us in the lurch in Canada, didn't you?
Yes. That was the beginning of our women team taking us to a different level, because Canada has been the team that has been at our advantage all the time, and that year was great to see that we could have taken down Canada.
You certainly did. You left us in tears. But today, you're here coaching the Cavaliers. Tough day yesterday, but pretty good today. That first innings, you turned a lot of things around. What sort of chat did you have with them about the fielding and the bowling?
Yeah, yesterday was a very disappointing day for us, yes. And after the game, we all sat down in that dressing room and we looked into our soul, and we decided that this is not the New York Cavalier team that came out with a passion and said that, you know what, this tournament we're going to go all the way through. We made a lot of mistakes in our fielding. Our batting was very, was decent enough. And 187, we saying that, you know what, we can chase that. We could defend that. Unfortunately, it was the first game for us, and some of the guys who have never played here before, they find it a bit difficult for them. But last night they slept in it and they said, you know what, we're going to pick ourselves up and come out today.
And speaking of the tournament, you've certainly come out and you've done better today. Still got to close the game. But what do you make of this tournament and the opportunity to be involved in a tournament like this?
Well, this is something that we actually need, most of all in the USA, to have a tournament like this. This is going to do well for those guys who are retired from international cricket, and they're still at a young age. And having a tournament like this is something that we will be looking forward and hoping that this could continue. And speaking to all the players from my team, they're very excited about it. They're happy with whoever the organizers are, and they're just hoping that, you know what, we can move this forward.
And you talked about the tournament just now, and we spoke about some of our history. Now, what do you make of the U.S. cricket and just the progress that we've seen over the years, the growth that we've seen for USA cricket, and the success that your teams have faced up at the top, whether it's men's, women's, under-19s?
Yes, U.S. cricket, we have seen some improvement. Most of all, we have the young cricketers. We have a lot of good young boys and also women cricketers. And as long as we remain focused and we have the support of the administrators, I can see U.S. cricket going in as high as within playing in the Caribbean, which is very close to us.
And any final words, not just on this tournament, but also where you see it going in the next few years?
To be honest with you, I see U.S. cricket can go a very far way if we stay focused and we have the right people, the right support staff for these young men. That's all we need. We need the support and we need competition like is what is happening here in the Masters. We are hoping that we can have the similar thing for the younger players within the United States, boys and girls.
That sounds excellent. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Best of luck today and in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Back to you guys upstairs.
Yeah, thank you, Monali. It's always fun talking to Mr. Fraser. Meanwhile, this over has been quieter. Just what the Hurricanes wanted. Emirates done excellently. He's come back after being hit away for 4. He's picked up the wicket of Ravindra Pal. And now he's giving away singles and twos, which is a good denomination, given that the required rate's 8.4 and hovering thereabouts. It's the boundary balls that will hurt them. And it's that phase of the game as well, where you want to regain control in the middle overs. With the field widespread, singles are always on offer. This is a very good finish. 5 of that over, tidy, 61 for 3 after 9.
Live news, entertainment, health, and many more.
अच्छा हाँ ऐसी कौन सी जगह
ये है Veto, your video streaming universe. No subscription, no fee, बिल्कुल free.
अबे क्या बात कर रहे? अबे सबको पता है.
Veto, download now.
So, and is cruising along here, almost at the halfway mark in this inning. 61 for 3. Rate required just over 8.5 to the over. And this is the key partnership here. Walton, Pinar, top class players. Brilliant game management, chasing skills and timing the chase. And Pereira, he's had a stunning game so far. 5 off his first over and a brilliant innings of 57 off 34 earlier on. He wants to do it all on his own today at this rate.
Oh yes, Anji.
It's very respectfully played. Chandrick Walton, I don't know if he's going to block too many more here. But he had a good look. Give yourself a chance. We talk about a lot of young players trying to walk in and smash it from ball 1. Even the best players take a little bit of time, a couple of balls even, to get themselves acclimatized to the conditions. Slower one, but that doesn't matter how slow or quick you bowl it. That's going for 6. Massive hit. We talked about the forward defensive, and he came down all guns blazing for the second delivery. That was brave, bowling it that slowly, and a man who can hit it that far. And was Pinar enjoying that, smiling. And there's Ramsden also having a chat with his old teammates. Wonderful to see the camaraderie between the teams, the players. They're taking quite some time to go and retrieve this ball. Chadwick Walton has a habit of doing that. Pereira, how's he going to come back from that? Got dispatched over long on. Let's see if he's going to be brave enough to lob it up there again.
He certainly does, and it's not just lobbed up, it's a full toss. Gets away with that one. But we have spoken about how underrated that low full toss is, isn't it? How often does it end up picking up a wicket? You see it, your eyes light up, you want to smash it out of the ground, you do nothing but hand it to a fielder beside you. Better length this time. Just pushed down the ground by Obispinar.
How important this man in screen is to their team. He bowled all his 4 overs. He's batting at 5, a key position.
Oh yes, easy. Well done, Barney, easy.
How far away does he hail from where you are in South Africa?
He's basically in the middle of South Africa, at Bloemfontein. That's where he made his debut for the Knights many years ago. I remember he started off as a left-arm seamer. That was his main skill set. And his batting grew quite nicely as years went by, and he became a fully fledged all-rounder. Halfway mark, 70 for 3. And it's time for a drink.
T20 cricket.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things happening down there.
You got away with that. Yes. What are you doing? The best bit of that is when they play.
And then you had Amitabh cracking jokes to me. Cavaliers need 85 off 60, and the Hurricanes ended up with 154 in that first innings. Lost regular wickets thanks to some good bowling. Stuart, Williams, and Janae picking up wickets today for the Cavaliers, and now they've got to do it with the bat. They've got to try and pick up their first win as we take a look at this picturesque facility, Broward County. Got the cricket ground here, got tennis courts, a water park. And of course, there's always bodies of water all over Florida. I know you'd asked about alligators yesterday, Sean. You never go for a swim in there. They probably are some. Short wide. We'll just get a single here.
They're a bit more accustomed to hippos, some other water wildlife. A few crocodiles back home. Of course, the big five.
Yeah, seen a fair bit of it growing up in Kenya myself. The hippos are always dangerous, eh? For vegetarians. Trying to muscle this one. And they'll pick up another single.
True, remarkably aggressive for a vegetarian, the hippos. They're very quick, actually. People underestimate how quick they are across the ground. But the big five, that's a question to some of the viewers. Do you know what the big five are?
Of course I do. Cool fact. Did you know hippos can't swim? They just kind of push off the bottom and they walk.
Some good lungs in them. But yeah, wildlife, a big part of Africa. In general, the lions, leopards, elephants, giraffes, the full array. If I left out the springbok, the leopard.
You should definitely know that one. They're rotating the strike wall here. Able to get singles. Wait for that bad ball to put away. A required run rate just over 8.5 runs and over. And no real bother at the moment for these two between the experience of Chadwick Walton and Obis Pinar. I know you were talking about Obis Pinar in the over before, and you do have a lot of talent in South Africa that you tend to lend to other countries. Into the leg side this time. How many have you lost in South Africa? Plenty.
I tell you, to England, there must be a massive list. The Strausses, the Pryors, the Petersons, Compton. He's English, of course, but he spent a lot of his schoolboy time in Durban as well. Nicholas Compton. But yeah, they continue. Caddick, they've nicked a few from elsewhere as well along the way, the English.
Gets a hold of this one and gets it in the gap as well. He's going to pick up a boundary off the last delivery of the over. A very good over in the end for the Cavaliers. 11 gone, it's 79 for 3. ticking along here. The Cavaliers, that warm, starting to catch up with the one of the Hurricanes. They have lost 3 wickets along the way, but steadied this ship. A decent partnership starting to form as well between these two. 34 off 26. It's going to be Damon Joachim back into the attack. Picked up an important wicket, that of Dwayne Smith.
They're just going to pick their moment here. Pinar so far, he's just been pretty comfortable knocking the ball around so far, just with the one boundary. He likes hitting it straight. Extend those arms.
Well done. Yeah.
Seems like a very mature chase, doesn't it, between these two? They're not getting too far ahead of themselves, pacing this innings. Slaps this one through the offside. So I'm not saying it's going to rain, but I am saying when I was down there a little bit earlier during that interview, it's just there are a few sprinkles coming down.
Oh, just holding thumbs it can hold here. This game is right in the balance.
Quick single. Good communication between the two.
There's the skipper. There's Rick Williams there. A decent time on the ball today. 2 for 8. Smashed on the onside. Pinard looking to be a bit more expansive on this occasion, but still just dealing in singles here. And he's getting a little bit frustrated. You can see the frustration on his face there. He needs to get a couple of boundaries away here and relieve a little bit of this pressure. Just easing towards 9 to the over now.
Should just be the single to end the over. It's 12 overs done, 84 for 3. Just for you. Because you love it so much.
This is the way things have panned out so far in match 3 of the Mayor's New World T20 League 2025. The Hurricanes being sent in, got to 154. Cavaliers now 84 for 3. Cottrell makes a return from the southern end. Yeah, the wind, as we mentioned earlier, blowing from an unusual direction, so Cottrell will utilize that to get the ball, if there's any bit of swing still on offer, to shape back into the right-handers. Mr. Brijesh Mathur, the chairman of this league, left off screen. A slower delivery. And they've been pacing this innings quite well so far, the partnership 40 of 34. How have you seen it, Faisal?
I still think that there is life there for the Hurricanes in this game. That's why Lendl Simmons has brought Cottrell back into the attack, looking to break this partnership. Certainly had to do better than that. Oberspinar has made the difference already. See the evidence of breeze in the background, as it's a very, very enjoyable day to watch cricket from those stands. Brajesh Mathur, he's got some company. Building into an interesting contest this. Long levers there from Oberspinar. Little fumble will allow him to get the single.
Yeah, and quite deliberate from Sheldon Cottrell to bowl the ball that wide of the right-hander, because that's the direction he has protection here. It's more than a light wind. It's not gale force, but it's strong enough
So he has a deep point on the boundary, deep extra cover on the boundary, long off through that offside. So expect him to bowl outside the off stump predominantly, just there, because that's where his fielders are. So far, so good in the over.
He's also bowling that line. He's avoiding that hit into the wind onto that onside. We've seen balls carry quite a long way in that direction. Like I said, it's not very strong, but still enough of an aid for a batter. Interesting contest. Change of pace as well to make matters worse for the batters. Chadwick Walton played a good knock yesterday, and he's key alongside Pienaar.
Can we see Cottrell's back if we can? His name is solely on his back.
Yeah, Sheldon Cottrell solely written across his back, a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And the defense force, I'm not entirely sure if he's still an active member. I know he was back in the day. 13 overs, gone 89 for 3. Last over just yielding 5 runs, a couple quiet overs here. That run rate can spiral over 10, can't it, Faisal?
Can this stage of the innings, and now you'd see even a run a ball, a single will also mean that the net run rate will go up. 9.43. Important Landell Simmons with the combination of bowlers that he's using. On the back of a good over from Cottrell. We look to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, that's what they were after, a boundary. It's been some time in coming, and it goes all the way for a 6 off the bat of Pienaar. So he gets the length and a good direction to aim straight back.
Again, making good use of those long levers that got under it. Plenty of elevation and plenty of distance on it as well. Low arm from Angela Pereira looking to sneak under the bat of Pienaar. Pienaar was good enough, and that boundary came at a very good time. On the back of a good Cottrell over, Cavaliers could not have afforded to go slow in this over, and Pienaar has got one away early in the over to release that pressure.
Yeah, that ball went a far distance upon landing in that sort of car park area. Rolled away, so it was a chase on. Yeah, only the 5 bowlers used so far in the innings. A few other options for Lyndall Simmons. But he's trusted these 5 so far. We haven't seen Barnwell just yet. No Suleiman Ben this time around. Not in the playing 11. But these are the options that he's used. Cottrell has 1 remaining. Joachim is done and dusted. Good spell from him. Emmerich has 1 and Tino Best has 3.
Crucial thing in that mini bowling card that we just saw, will he go back to Tino Best for his entire spell? He's just bowled 1 over. He's a wicket taker. But Barnwell also specializes in bowling at the death overs.
Haji. Well done, boy. Good,
This is what you don't want, though, as a batting team. After hitting a 6 and a single, a couple dot balls, you want to try to score off as many deliveries as possible. There is no short mid-wicket. The field on the offside, at cover is on the on the circle. So yeah, do something like this and run well between the wicket. Excellent stuff. That is intelligent batting. Another couple runs. 98 for 3.
saw the worms there. These are the partnerships. This one, the best of the innings so far, 53 from 45. Can they go a little bit better? Contributions, Bolton 29 from 25, Tina 23 from 19. How have you seen this?
There's quite a few big shots there, but partnership has slightly better than a runner ball, which means that strike rotation has been a problem between the two. We've seen evidence of that in the previous over, where the 6 came, but still the over only yielded 9, which meant that the required run rate only went up slightly marginally. Every time you get a maximum, you look to make it big and bring that net required run rate down, which didn't happen in the last over. There was a mini conference in between the overs with an offer and maybe another single. Yeah, that mini conference must have been about those bowling options that we were discussing, but for now they've gone with Ryan Amrit.
Yeah, and it's his last over. So after this one, he's done and dusted, and therefore Tino Best remains with 3. Always difficult to bowl 3 on the trot at the back end. Right, Emirates, his plan is not too dissimilar from Sheldon Cottrell, bowling wide from the southern end. And that's why, because he has the protection there. So a couple singles to start the over. Another quiet over will push that required run rate past the 10. It's 9.7 at the moment. What these two batters can ill afford is to get out now and to get a new batter out there who will take a couple deliveries at least to get going. So now that they have invested so much in their innings, they need to see their team over the line.
Oh, yes,
That wide line, this time the length wasn't as full. And not the kind of bounce that Pina was looking for. It went under his bat. This is good from Amrit. It's really tense feeling in the middle. You could feel, and look at the partnership. You rightly said, a new batter in at this stage will really work nicely.
Another good delivery. A couple singles ago brought up the 100 for Cavaliers. That required run rate now has gone over that 10 run and over mark. They need to find a boundary or two, but where is it coming from? They can predict the line as being outside off stump. Does he go across to the offside to get closer to the ball and still go offside, or does he think about going leg side?
It was one of the gaps, but just a single. Third man was pretty wide. So that is very good execution. Setting up a plan is one thing, but executing is another. And Cottrell earlier, and Amrit has done it brilliantly.
The other thing that the Cavaliers can look at would be the bowling options. As I mentioned, this is Emirates' final delivery. Tino Best has 3, and we know that he can be expensive. So perhaps they're setting themselves up for that. Another good delivery, quiet over, just the 5 runs from it, Emirates. The 1 for 27 from 4, and it's 103 for 3.
Live news, entertainment, health, and many more.
अच्छा हाँ ऐसी कौन सी जगह
ये है Veto, your video streaming universe. No subscription, no fee, बिल्कुल free.
अबे क्या बात कर रहे? अबे सबको पता है.
Veto, download now.
And that's the bowling options used so far. Joachim is finished along with Emirates. They're looking to find another one to maybe ease up Tino Best, who's only bowled 1. And they've turned to Christopher Barnwell, who opened the bowling in their opening contest. Is this the bowler they're going to target with that run rate over 10 runs and over required?
Barnwell was expensive in the first game, although I've seen him do this role, bowling at the death quite often, they're looking to find 3 overs. 1 over from Pereira, 1 from Cottrell. Even for Barnwell at his pace and all his bag of tricks, 3 overs in a row. That could be a very, very expensive ploy. Time will tell.
Starts off nicely. 3 overs, none for 27 in match 1 of this tournament. With the new ball then though, the length is key. Can't get too full to these batters who are strong down the ground. 3rd in the circle as well, so very crucial, the line. And mixes it up there, so not a bad start for Barnwell.
Barnwell bowling from the far end also means that if they want to find that 1 Pereira over, he'd have to come from this combox end, which means that the onside hit will be with the wind. Chadwick Walton hasn't looked as fluent as yesterday. Just had a better than a runner ball. He needs to find the boundary.
Now, even with that little bit of leniency down the leg side, that's too wide. And rightly signal. They've got some depth to come, some power hitters, the likes of Nathan Stewart, who can clear the boundary quite easily. So they need to take a risk sooner rather than later. Don't get it where it's a stage beyond possible. Yeah, like that. That's a gift. It's Christmas time for Chadwick Walton, and he gleefully accepts. They might also check the height. I think they're satisfied that it's low enough. 6 nonetheless.
Well, that was the boundary that he was looking for. Strange bit of leave down the leg side, the last ball with fine leg up. He needed to make amends, and he got lucky here. That full toss, friendly full toss, just borderline in terms of the height. Almost a waist height full toss, but solid connection. And that will definitely relieve some of the pressure.
So the umpires did indeed want to check for the height of the delivery. At first glance, I did think that it was low enough. It's the batter's stance upright. So that should be deemed legitimate, fair enough.
The ball was on the way down as well as Walton hit it out in front. So I think the call has been made, the decision relayed.
Right, so 8 from the over so far. Is this the one that they can make a big one, a 15-run over perhaps? Yeah, this is well placed. So using the pace nicely. And that will ease up the pressure quite significantly.
2 straight from Barnwell. He got away with 1 earlier in the over. Chadwick Walton just helping along, just placing it away from that fielder at fine leg, and then the sweeper couldn't come around. The skipper liked it. And now 10 of 2. Still 2 deliveries to go. They can make it into a real big over.
Just to that, remember that the Cavaliers lost their first encounter, and so they're desperate for a win. And also, I think that net run rate can come into play quite significantly. The way this tournament is structured, it's a single round-robin tournament, and the top 3 teams qualify for the playoffs. The first place goes straight to the final, second and third in that semi-final. So you can ill afford to lose 2 on the trot. Just 12 from the over, I say just because it's a good one, a good comeback. 115 for 3.
115 for 3. Now Florida Hurricanes, they won the first one comfortably up top because of the net run rate. 2.0. Sheldon Cottrell. Will he get another chance to give us a salute? 40 of 24. That's exquisitely timed. And he's also got the distance quite easily in the end.
Really well weighted for. Spotted his time out there in the middle. He's been knocking the ball around and just the occasional 6 over long off his previous boundary. This one here, just beautiful balance, timing, and just really wonderfully it is to watch that stroke sail over the boundary.
Oh, good single this. This partnership of 77 of just 60 deliveries. It's been built on trust, power and precision. They've thrown caution to the winds as well. Now that they have the crescendo finish they need, they have the momentum for the same. Can they go the distance? 33 and 22, very possible. Read the slower delivery. Man in the deep is just a spectator. 2 sixes in the over. Walton and Pina taking turns to do so.
What a partnership now, 83 of 61. Brilliant batting from these two, and they know just when to put the foot down on that pedal. These two really hit a long ball, and this is the main danger man here, Cottrell, you've got to say, in the last 4 over window. He's a big threat, but they are dispatching him.
Yeah, those 2 sixes in the over has allowed him to take a quiet single like this with minimum risk. Those 2 shots that went the distance as well, John, they were risk-free. That's much better. Cottrell aiming for the shin. It's either the shin or the chin at this stage, because he's sequenced those bounces so very well in the past.
Like you said, those 2 sixes, the area they're hitting were risk-free, over extra cover. There's no one there on the boundary, and dead straight. Brilliant places to hit the ball when you're looking to capitalise.
Absolutely, John. Half century comes up for Walton, a fighting half century at number 4. He's making that place his own. 1-3-1 for 3. (12, 17 and 15, the contribution from the engine room. Then Walton and Pinar have taken over this run chase. 23 of 17. Now the risk-free cricket can creep back into the game again because of this wonderful partnership led by Chadwick Walton himself.
So measured. You see him striking it from the first 5-10 deliveries, hitting them out the ground, but he's taking his time, and great foil for Pinar, stroke player, and also hit a long ball, but they've really just never looked too flustered. At one stage, a couple of dots arrived with about 50 runs needed, and they seem to work through that tough stage. And now that one big over, the previous over, has just closed that gap between balls and runs needed.
Now, Best is not bowling out in this game, so the captain is asking him to bowl the penultimate over. You need to still leave him a bit of cushion. Yes, he can deliver 4 Yorkers out of 6, with pinpoint precision, but you got to give him the cushion. Now Angelo Pereira, he's gone for 26 in 3.3. Won't be surprised if Pinar attacks him in this delivery.
Well ball, buddy.
No, he's content taking that single. The scoreboard keeps on ticking.
I think they put their eggs in the basket here for the 17th and 18th over with Cottrell and Pereira. I think they are some of their premier bowlers in this lineup to try and break this partnership, give themselves a chance.
Not from the best part of the bat, but still in the gap, exercising his luck there. But not always has it been about luck, John.
There's 4 sixes, really. He wants to go. He's the sweetest timer of the ball you'll ever see.
Boy. Over, get over.
And he'll make up for not the middle of the bat with the muscles he has. 137 for 3. .137 for 3 in 18 overs and 18 required in the last 2 overs. It can still be anybody's game. All it takes is 4 good deliveries, and Best knows that. With a cushion of 17, what does Best do? Does he exercise that Yorker again? Does he go for that Yorker? He's got a good slower delivery as well. But what he also has in front of him is Pinar, who's in great touch. 37 of 31. He's played the second fiddle to Walton's brilliance. And this partnership of 92 of 70 is nearing the words match-winning partnership. There's the slower delivery. He was through with the swivel.
Pino was expecting the pace-on bouncer, and that's a good piece of thinking. He's going to go Yorker or big slow deliveries, I would say, and he's hurt himself a touch here, Alpino, and everyone always has a bit of a laugh, but the poor guy has just been struck. He's not comfortable. Just taking a minute quickly. His partner's just reassuring him here. Just watch the ball. Take it easy. We got this from here.
Is Walton calculating 18 as 3 balls? Got into a great position and let that fly. This time it was pace on indeed. And the words from Orbis were thank you so much for that.
Tino Best. Unfortunately, this is probably the last option. Down the leg side, short ball with fine leg up. It's a free shot. Yeah. And Orbis Pinar said, happy birthday, and I'll accept presents all day long.
What a fabulous partnership this has been. Stuttering at 41 for 3, the Cavaliers. Pinar and Walton got together and have added 98 of just 72 balls. They've attacked at the right times. They waited for the poor deliveries to be put away. And after playing themselves in, they've shown why they're called the Chase Masters. 2 men with great experience who've done this time and again have put their team on the cusp of a victory. 12 runs required in 10 balls. It'll require a Herculean effort from the Hurricanes to win this one from here on.
Batting coach looking really relaxed now. About 20 runs ago, he was shifty on his seat in the dugout. 12 runs to go.
Ah, that's a Yorker gone wrong as well. There is protection in the deep though. A single will suffice at this stage for the Cavaliers.
So like Samuel Badri said earlier in the pitch report, how the players who are the most effective are the ones who take all the pace off and mix it up, and pace on really does work in the batter's favour. And you can see how he thinks he missed out on that one. Leg stump, full toss, and he's picked the fielder out. pace on. You much prefer that here as a batter at any stage in the innings.
A low full toss, which again was very measured in terms of dealing with it. 100 partnership comes up for the Cavaliers.
Hasn't bowled for quite some time. Just the one over earlier on in the piece and being called upon to try and work a miracle and break this partnership. Pinar must be eyeing out a boundary here, I'm sure. He doesn't want to leave too much to do in that last over.
Now what they'll be telling themselves here, the Cavaliers, is that if they play the 8 balls, they're getting the 10 runs. The only thing keeping them away from a victory here is Harakiri. Decides to follow the batter. Oh, pushing for 2. Will get even more if he wants to come back for the throw. That's a terrific effort in the deep. And they'll stick with 2.
Once again, that low full toss clipped it. He bisected the 2 fielders, but brilliant work in the deep, running around. Pinar just trying to hit it wide of mid-on. He timed it well, but the fielding even better.
The highlight of this partnership has been the way they've mixed aggression with caution. Not from the best part of the bat, a single for sure. Pinar will retain strike for the final over. 7 required for victory here for the Cavaliers. 148 for 3.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
148 for 3, and the captain has thrown the ball to Lendl Simmons. Simmons becomes the 6th bowler used. With a cushion of 6, the captain has asked him to bowl the final over. Very surprised. I thought Barnwell would come back.
I think Barnwell's going to, take the hint. Simmons wants to take the game into his own hands. Yeah, Ramden's behind the stump. Simmons, he's coming off the long run here. How's he going to face up here? 7 to win.
Catch it!
Catch it is the call. Could be taken here. It's indeed taken. The captain, who's thrown the ball to himself, has produced a wicket first ball. The partnership is broken. Now, in hindsight, Simmons is thinking, did he forget that he can roll his arm over? All this while. Drama.
Can you believe it? Simmons will say, boys, I got this covered. He's total control, a half tracker with no pace whatsoever to speak of. He could have hit it anywhere in the whole of Florida. But he's picked out the fielder. Herrera, he's had a big role in today's game. Pinar, his great innings has come to an end. Short of his 50, 47 of 37. Cavaliers 148 for 4. Nevin Stewart, the big hitting Nevin Stewart.
135.83, that's strike rate. But what he does know is to make any ground in the world look minuscule. He needs to connect one over here. The Cavaliers don't want to leave this to be a story of too close for comfort. And this is the reason Nevin's out there.
You'll tell everyone he just rolled the fingers over it a little bit there, just stuck in the pitch. Pinar could have hit that absolutely anywhere.
Someone who's played an innings so measured, getting out in that manner was very surprising. Nevin's gone for the biggie and clears it with ease, elegance and power. One required in 4 balls. He's walked out and said, what's the fuss about?
Well, 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 what a game it's been. Navin Stewart, 3 wickets from him. He had plenty of celebrations when he was bowling, and he put the old fist into the air and said, I got this, boys. Into the side screen, have a look. He's showing his biceps, or, you know, he's been training. He's first ball for 6. What an arrival to the crease for him.
And a quiet single will seal the deal for the Cavaliers. The comeback that they so dearly needed. They win by 6 wickets and 3 balls to spare. The architects of this run chase, Walton and Oberspinner, that wonderful partnership of 103 after losing Mishra Smith and Ravindra Pal early. The Cavaliers win by 6 wickets and have sent a statement to all the other teams in the league. This is what we can bring to the table on our day.
Right, the introduction of Pinar in picture. He was good with the ball and the bat. Got them into this game in this run chase. But Walton, brilliant from him again. Yesterday, 37 off 19, and today, half centuries. He's been superb. So now played 2, won 1 and lost 1 on both of these sides now. So this table is hotting up at the moment. A couple of teams getting their first wins. And today the Cavaliers, a disappointing loss, and Smith was pretty distraught about it. You could hear today about how it went. But today, this was the winning moment. Heave to mid-on for a single. Wasn't quite the classical finish. The previous shot was a good one, but there's the celebrations. What a beauty. The real character of the game. We love to see it.
Smiles all around. The Cavaliers trot to victory. It's always great to see hard-fought games of cricket. This one was also dragged to the final over thanks to the brilliance of Simmons. In hindsight, Pereira had to bowl more overs in the power play too. He was ready for it. They've unlocked a lot of new options, and it's been a big learning curve for the Hurricanes. The Cavaliers have indeed managed the magical number of 155. Smith, Tanmay and Ravindra Pal, the engine room did get starts, but no one really converted. Meant more pressure on Walton and Pinar in the middle order. They absorbed it like sponge with their wonderful partnership of 103 of just 77 balls, attacking only the right balls and not attacking the good ones on their stumps. And towards the end, Stewart came, finished it off with a couple of hits.
Look, there weren't too many high wickets in that column. Unfortunately, Cottrell just with the one. Joachim was reasonable. He was very economical, of the most economical of the whole bunch. A couple of runs were loose. Their best went for 21 of 2. And the match summary in your Cavaliers, winning by 6 wickets. We're going to go now down to Manali Patel. He's with our guest.
Thank you so much, John. I've got Lendl Simmons, the captain of the Hurricanes. Unlucky today, not able to pull off a win. You're now 1 win, 1 loss in the tournament so far. Talk us through some of the positives from the game today.
I mean, we bring the game down to the last over. Didn't think we scored enough runs, but saying that, I think we still bowl well. Unfortunate that we get over the line, but it's still a positive.
There's a really good partnership in that second innings between Chadwick Walton and Obis Pinar. What could you have done better to maybe try and break that partnership? Because that's the one that really cost you guys today.
Yeah, I think we was working hard on breaking that partnership. I think the experience showed today. Chadwick and Pinar bat very well, and congrats to them.
day off for you tomorrow. You get to rest in, you get to avoid the cold weather that's coming in tomorrow. What's in the plans to get ready for day after tomorrow?
I think guys just do some recovery and get some rest, do some gym workout stuff, and just come back and reflect on how we could have gone better this game and put us behind us and come to win the next game.
Well, thank you so much. Best of luck in the tournament. Back to you guys upstairs.
Yeah, thank you, Monali. A lot to learn for the team Hurricanes led by Simmons. That's the upshot of the game. 154 for 8, the Florida Hurricanes, after being asked to bat first. Pereira getting a wonderful half-century and finishing unconquered as he found momentum towards the end. Mayank and Jarima, both of them added 30 and 26 respectively as Florida Hurricanes managed 154 at the end of their allotted 20. The Cavaliers, on the back of Pienaar and Walton and their brilliant partnership, get to 155.
Small Cottrell take the new ball with some swing. Watchful batting early on. It was unfortunate, the leading edge. Turn right. Obviously, thought Cottrell picked up his wicket and he brought the celebrations. Smith. Too long, unfortunately. Brief with some entertainment, but that was deceived by the pace and the length. Also really a wonderful delivery from Joker. Emirates really dealt with it quite firmly and did the perfect comeback, picked up the wickets. And then there was some wonderful stroke play. Best, but launched. This was the Walton and Pienaar show. It was a brilliant partnership. It took them to the brink. They were wonderful to watch, these two.
Indeed, they were waiting for the poor deliveries to be put away and didn't spare as his eyes went above. Pienaar was classical. And with brute force, Walton never disappointed. A half-century notched up in great style. The celebration was subdued because he knew the bigger picture was still pending. Pienaar, in search of that glory shot towards the final over, got caught. It was left to Stewart and Walton to do the talking thereafter. Stewart with a biggie and then a single finished it off. Florida Hurricanes right on top. Chicago Riders, they've got their first win. The Cavaliers need to pull their socks up. They have one day to think about it as well. The California Steelers, where they want to open their account as soon as possible. The final to be played on the 16th of November, mark your date. We'll dive into a short break, but when we come back, we'll find out who gets the awards in the post-match presentation. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Broward County Stadium, where we just witnessed another final over thriller. We're getting used to these now, and it's congratulations to the New York Cavaliers for their first win of the tournament. We're all set for the post-match presentation of the Mayor's New World T20 Cricket League between the New York Cavaliers and the Florida Hurricanes. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce the presentation party. I'll start firstly to my